think. Maybe. Yeah. Okay. Hi, Internet. Well, chat, I'm glad some of you are already here, so excited for this episode. We'll see. You're excited now. We'll see how things go. Oh, my phone's going off over here. Cool. Anyway, yeah, welcome to is it Phandelver and Below anymore? I don't know. Might need a new name because that
And beyond.
yeah, Phandelver and Beyond. We're past the pre-written campaign. The book is done. There were a couple of things listed in there that were like hooks for future adventures, but they're dumb. One is the nematode comes back as like a living creature. You remember you guys went inside the nematode? It was
Oh,
like
yeah.
that thing floating around in the astral sea there, or the far realm. It
Yeah, no.
does a thing, and then like you have to fight it. And what's really annoying is they built up the obelisks so much in all the other adventures, and they like talk about who crafted the obelisks, and they're like, I don't know, you could do something with them, I guess. That's
Thanks.
That's it.
Dope.
Uh-huh.
Thanks.
Uh-huh.
Thanks,
So,
Wizards.
mm-hmm. So let's talk about what happened last time. So, our party, having defeated the 3 Mind Flayer fanatics, ascended through the cerebral fluid tunnel, avoided the giant purple worm swimming around inside it, and were about to head out of the briny maze to head back to Elithanok and then make their way back to Phandalin to rejoice in their success for having stopped the ritual from commencing. However, when they reached the briny maze, they were greeted by Ilvash, the refraction or a fraction of Ilvash, not a full power Mind Flayer godlet, but a portion of his full strength, who assaulted the party alongside his ascendant champion, Conbraxel, who, in the very long, drawn out fight, with aid from a newly rescued Droop, Shovel Knight, and a randomly appearing Shield Knight, the party tried their best. And while they did defeat both the Mind Flayer and their champion, it wasn't without loss. For their favored NPC, Droop, the drunken master goblin monk, and Bishop, paladin of the Red Knight, both fell in that fight due to brain extraction from Conbraxel, the ascendant champion of Ilvash. Through attempted beckonings of otherworldly beings and a fourth wall breaking omniscient ploy to dungeon master, nothing was happening. Unfortunately, both of our friends remain fallen with their brains pulled out of the back of their head and consumed by a mind flayer. Upon making their way back through, we see that Soot stopped in Elithanok to speak with Oshundo, the Mind Flayer, the or once Mind Flayer, now Alhoon, and had him break down the barriers inside her mind that separated the different aspects of her personality to make her whole, or as far as we know, anyway. And then upon returning to Phandalin, the party was greeted at first by the image you see on screen of everyone rejoicing as all aspects of corruption and interference from the far realm has been cleansed from the town. Those who were afflicted and shifted and changed have returned to normal. The skies have lost their kind of permanent gray black hue, and seemingly, if you weren't in Phandalin, it's like the rest of the Sword Coast, and everything's just a normal, regular day. But obviously, this was a somber day as our party is dealing with what do they do? The powers to bring back Their friends are beyond their current capabilities with expended spell slots and access to magic that would need to, at this point, restore parts of bodies that just aren't able to with things like raise dead. We're talking resurrection magic or beyond. At the very least, a long rest is the most one could ask for to hope to bring back by swapping spells around and trying again. We also saw Bronson having failed both two really of his best friends in this world to save both of them, deal with this by deciding, you know what? Maybe the regret that I had for all this time of wanting to not settle down, to not build that family and just continue to adventure, maybe having survived this and watching people he thought should have been able to do that fail and fall in the process, maybe this is a sign that that's not so bad. And you got this second chance at life, take it and, live out that life that you were possibly regretting and has currently, at least for the moment, again, we're picking up pretty much right after, dealing with this in his own way, trying to figure out what the future holds for him. But the party also received two things. One, three of them, Bronson, Bishop, and Gable, received envelopes with a "You're invited" to a wedding, Soot's wedding. Soot also being there, a little surprised to see this, set for, I don't know, a couple days within a reasonable amount of travel time to get there time from now. Uh, and, there's like a drawn image of, of Soot, looks just like her, alongside, I hadn't thought of it, I thought of it now, alongside a tiefling, um, you know, uh, seemingly getting married or due to be married. And then Gable also received a box, sealed up box. And we pretty much ended right at the part where they'd read that and trying to figure out what's going on. And amidst all the chaos and all the emotions and feels and things of that nature is where we ended last time. And that is right where we're going to pick up this time. So I think I reminded everybody about all the stuff that went down. Did I miss anything? No? Okay.
No.
Here you are.
What time of day is it?
Late afternoon. Dinner time? Post dinner time? I don't know. What would you like it to be, LB?
Post dinner time sounds great.
Post dinner time it is then.
I think Gable sees like Soot kind of standing off to the side, like watching the revelry, but not engaging in it. She's probably right outside the inn, and she might have a drink in her hand, but she doesn't. I mean, obviously she's upset, but she's kind of just observing as she watches everyone enjoy.
Gable
Mm.
glares at the chat for the reminders that warlocks get their spells back on a short rest.
That's true.
Tim said rogues.
Do you know that?
so-
Yeah, rogues.
Well, anyway.
Okay, anyway.
Go on.
Gable does meander,
Mm-hmm.
but he doesn't go far from where we have Bishop essentially laid.
Mm.
I think he's going to look between the box and Bishop, and he's going to keep the box closed for now.
Okay.
He's just going to stay by Bishop's form, just kind of hug it close to his chest, maybe be sitting. I like the idea even that, if Soot is also not that far from it, like sitting against the wall, maybe next to her, just not feeding into the revelry, really. Just silent. No quips or jokes or sarcastic bits, just silent.
Also, I want not to. Let me rephrase. Who? So I said there was this letter addressed from this estate that you're invited, right? And I described what was on it, and I didn't really ask. So the better question is, who opened said letter, or would have? You would have recognized probably the handwriting Soot on this, and maybe letterhead. I don't know. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the question is, who would have opened that? I described it, and it was just a crazy torrent of emotions. But there were 3 invitations. So, and one obviously
did
was
Gable
to
open it? Because she wouldn't open somebody else's mail.
Okay. Well, I don't know where the line is. She's a new person now. I don't know what she's like. That's true. She might open everybody's mail now. She's a whole person.
Who knows? Fuck the law.
That's what I mean. I don't know. I don't know.
I
You
hate
don't
the
know.
postal service.
Yeah.
That turns out combined sentient Soot hates the postal service.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, he'll open it if anything, just out of curiosity, because that handwriting looks awful fancy.
Fair. So, yeah, there's obviously an RSVP card, which again, how does that work? How long does it take to send that back in? There's no magical button to just fire it off, but and maybe it was in just the craze of seeing everybody celebrating and the somberness of this, and you just kind of look at it and it's like, that's weird. She's here. Who's what?
Yeah.
And just kind of put it down, and then as you're just kind of sitting there, not with Bishop, just kind of in your thoughts, your eyes will kind of glance down and you'll see that invitation again, and you'll see that kind of portrait that's drawn there. And that tiefling looks awful familiar to you.
Hold, please. Question.
Uh-huh.
Does he look familiar
Mm-hmm.
because I've seen him around, or is it because he's a part of the Black Sun Consortium?
Oh, it's definitely the latter on that one. But
Soot.
the name written on like the invitation is not the name that you know, right? It's
Of course not.
So you just see it says, it's got Soot Feldspar, and the marriage, the name here is Redemption is the tiefling name that's listed here.
Soot. I'll hold up the invitation. It's still heavy, but I'll hold up the invitation so it's facing her.
Mm-hmm.
She like snatches it from him. What the fuck is this? What is happening?
Your family might be in danger.
What do you mean?
That tiefling. He's one of my old friends.
Like, before you died, old friends?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
His name is Valen.
Balin.
And
who the fuck is that?
Yeah, they are a spy masquerading as a bard.
Do you know anybody who's a shapeshifter besides me?
A shapeshifter? The only one that might have delved into that could either be Lysa or Silva, but Silva is accounted for, as far as we know. And Lysa, I don't know that she would be able to. She is a gnome. She would have had to get some advanced magic to change heights
Or get polymorphed?
or get polymorphed. No, this is... Tell me about your family. What ties do they have business-wise? Are there any unsightly dealings you know of that they get into? Anything that might accrue large sums of money or influence or what have you?
As far as I'm aware, all of their stuff is above board. They have a lot of good luck and they find a lot of good things in the mines. They run a lot of mines.
These mines, where are they located?
All over the place, Gable. I don't know.
All right.
Okay. Well, I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to deal with this, and she motions to Bishop, in the morning. I'll bring him back, and then we can go and handle whatever this is. Just no time to rest, I guess.
Yeah, that's exactly my thinking. I say that as I'm, like, holding that box.
Mm-hmm.
What is that?
It was left for me. I don't know. And to be honest, I don't know that I'm in a state to open it right now.
Do you want me to look in and see?
Just... Can you hold off going to bed for 5 minutes while I open it? Just stay.
Sure.
I think it's high time, and given present circumstances, that I not wander off into the forest to do this alone.
Yeah, last time it didn't go so well.
Yeah, that was quite a stupid idea. Can I inspect the box for any possible traps, any possible...
No traps. Brown paper box, sealed piece of Faerunian tape, whatever the equivalence is that keeps the box closed.
Want you be a dead rat that I like captured once upon a time for Reese?
Wow.
Yeah.
Full of catnip, you know.
Oh God. Um, I steel myself and open the box.
Okay. You open the box and there is a folded up piece of parchment, but what probably catches you more than anything is the head in said box.
The box.
The
What's
head
in the box?
of one Donnie tiefling or no halfling brother here in said box, eyes wide, wound cauterized at the neck with a piece of parchment kind of sitting next to it.
Well, I'll unfold the parchment.
There's a very familiar handwriting on this parchment that says Gable. You were always sentimental. I imagined you looked in the box, and now you're probably reading this after the fact. You never could resist dramatic flair. Donnie was loyal, more than most. But loyalty can't protect you from the past, can it? Or from me. I gave you a chance on the road, a test, really, but you didn't show. So I sent a message instead. consider it a souvenir or a reminder. You don't get to run from that list, Gable. You want answers? Fine. Come find me. But you'd better be ready to hear them. You want revenge? Then be prepared to kill what's left of those you used to love. The blade you carry still sings with secrets. You just haven't asked the right questions. Tick-tock, little crow. The board is still set, but the pieces are all wrong. And then there's a line, and then a letter R.
Soot, you see a shift in Gable that you may have only seen once before, and it is when every bit of that melodramatic mask slips off. And it's just the tabaxi sitting there, ears curled back. They know I'm coming. And I'll hand the letter to Soot.
She reads it. Well, they don't know what you're capable of.
I don't feel the strongest in that statement. Reese knows about this dagger. He knows about my list.
He doesn't know about us. This is a scare tactic. This is him trying to get into your head, and it's working. Don't let him fuck with you anymore.
You're right, darling. Well, sorry, Donnie. And he'll, pat the cheek of the head. You did good. Wonder where the other one is.
We should bury this and then go to bed.
It's a good plan.
Yeah. As you find a way to bury this, however you do, as you prep for, everybody there.
I gotta feel like the town at this point is kind of. I feel like my reputation as being a little weird, a little secretive, and a little suspicious is enough to be like, I'm just going to go into an alley. I don't care if anybody's watching, and just dig up a hole to put the head in there.
Yeah, as you bury Donnie's head, cover it back up. It probably for just a moment as this is all happening, not that it is much solace at this point, but yeah, it turns out looks like Bishop might have been right, and it was a trap on the road. I mean, who knows? Maybe it's better that you weren't there, or maybe, well, who knows?
And I suppose, did I pick it? Yes, I did. Then I suppose my use of my fancy new spell will go awfully well. So I can actually verify if Silva is still in jail or if that was quite literally a decoy and every document we have been given is a lie. So, scrying.
Oh,
It'll
okay.
happen
Yay.
tomorrow.
Is that that's a
Won't deal
tomorrow
with it
thing?
now. That's a tomorrow thing. Like Gable may have slipped that mask comfortably back on, but there's still some weight on his chest from the last few hours. So,
Wow. All right. Well, sounds like
I'm gonna make sure that Bishop is taken care of, like either like put somewhere safe, basically.
Okay.
I
Well,
don't know where
actu-
that would be.
Well, actually, never mind, because the town was under some bullshit.
Mm.
Our bastion probably is not ready at this point. Is that correct?
That is, I mean, realistically, you guys also don't know how long you were gone.
Yeah, that's true.
It's true.
I mean, you could ask, I suppose, but
You
there, boy.
Remy?
What day is it?
But yeah.
There's still time.
Stay.
Well, I guess if they're in the middle of revelry, it's reasonable to assume that not a lot of time has passed. I mean, at least from when we finished the thing and then came back to town.
Fair, but you
What's
were also
the
underground for a minute,
sorry.
so go ahead.
yeah?
It's true.
What was the Timora's follower?
Sister Gariel. Gonna.
Okay.
You could. I mean, you could
maybe-
weekend at Bishop's him into the bedroom.
Well, I mean, he'd probably put him in his own bedroom, but
Yeah.
I think making sure, can she cast a
A gentle
what is it?
repose or something.
Yeah.
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 That's fair enough.
Okay. And then
another
So it will-
important question too that inquiring minds want to know is Gable a permanent reverse Friar Tuck situation with this bald spot on the back of his head from all the times they attempted to eat his
God
brain? That was like 3 or 4 times they tried to eat your brain. So I'm assuming there's just a
Yeah.
circular missing patch of hair.
he doesn't know.
Back
he
of-
didn't tell
He
him.
doesn't know. Yeah.
He doesn't know until he is then told, and he gets a bad wig that looks kind of like his hair. But for now, he doesn't know.
I love that. I love that for everybody who does know. Like so many people, Ryer or Gable, exactly.
Like they go, and we all go.
Yeah, just
I hate that Grable's a thing.
Grable is the best thing ever. Friar Grable. Okay. So you're able to get all that taken care of and then head to bed
To
for
bed,
the evening.
please.
I would like to position myself just outside Soot's room because I don't need to sleep,
Sure.
but I will just be on lookout the whole night.
I'm just gonna say, Soot is not comfortable sleeping in a room with dead Bishop, so
That's fair. I understand that.
if you want to stay with Bishop in
Sure.
his room,
I can
that
do
might
that.
be better.
I can do that.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna get to Soot's sleep here in a second, but for you, Gable, to be awake and in a room with a corpse of your friend for at least 8 hours, what's that like? How's that go? Is it just like, are you just sitting there kind of quietly? Are you just staring out the window, staring at the door? Is this getting to a weird, are you having a conversation with a corpse? Like, what's going on in there?
I like the idea that Gable has dealt death before. It's sort of second nature in a way. His prior life with the consortium was violent. But it's different when it's one of the people who has gone out of their way to show you support and kindness and things that you had not experienced in quite a long time. So I imagine that initially it's quiet before Gable would just sort of speak out loud.
Okay.
Maybe he's soul is lingering nearby, maybe not, but just a small message. Just, I'm sure that if we bring you back successfully, you will be upset. And I am sure that you will have wished that your warrior's death would have been honored. But your story should not end in that maze. I know this because I have dealt death to some who didn't deserve it. Their stories deserved to continue on. For some reason, mine does. I still don't think I deserve it. But if there's one infuriating and annoying individual who deserves to actually have a chance to have that happy ending, it's you. So you're going to direct your frustration at me, hopefully, when you awake, so that you and Soot can have your little happily ever after at some point in the future. And I will just be rooting from afar.
Okay. Now we have that conversation happening. We'll go over to Soot in your room. I can't imagine you're going to sleep. Is this is it easy to fall asleep, or is this a restless trying to get to sleep situation?
I feel like it starts that way.
Mhm.
Like it's hard for her to settle her mind, but we've been through so much and we've been awake for so long
It's
that
fair.
it probably, like, when she falls asleep, it is just out.
Okay. So you get through your turmoil period of trying to do that whole thing, like where you're like, I'm just going to lay down and go to sleep, not think about the day, which means immediately makes you start to think about the day. And you're like, I'm going to think about
Mhm.
something else. And then you're like, oh, God, remember that time I called my teacher mom? Oh, that sucks. Trying to go to sleep. And then,
Yeah.
you eventually,
Ted,
well,
that's a really specific example. You want to talk about that?
I mean, everybody's done it. So
I did it.
everybody's done it. That's one to see if everybody can resonate with that one. So,
Mhm.
but anyway, you eventually do drift off to slumber at some point. And during the course of that slumber, you have a dream. And it starts, you're not really sure where you are in this situation, but it is pitch black, dark, and then kind of igniting into fire is a large brazier in the middle of this black void. And at this point, when you realize you're kind of present in your body there, looking at this fire, and you hear the kind of telltale click clack of heeled boots walking towards you, and you see that ever present, just out of focus, kind of shadowy female silhouette that you've seen so many times. You see it on the other side of this brazier before it walks through that fire and comes out the other side in perfect, crystal clear, no full definition of this tall, striking female figure, long, form-fitting black dress, high, like thigh slit, long, kind of curving horns, very similar in some ways to the true form that you are in when not in kind of the forms you've chosen to take in changeling form. And she looks at you and just smiles, and she says, I'm not sure what it is, but you burn brighter now, daughter. The veil thins. The ember within you remembers. Something's different about you.
Um, I guess I've been through changes. I've got a lot stronger.
You've burned so brightly, even in darkness, and I'm proud of you. You've taken in all that you are. You've accepted the flame, not as a curse, but as truth, and I can finally speak with you as I was always meant to.
Well, that's a good thing, I think.
And while it was always behind a veil of some sort, I've felt your sorrow and watched your grief. He was brave, noble, true guardian, and I can give him back to you. Not as a memory,
You can?
not as a shell, but as he was, whole, alive.
Why didn't you answer me when I called you?
I couldn't see where you were. There's all sorts of static. She doesn't know what static is, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Something in that place was. I'm not as powerful as I once was, so my ability to pierce through other protections isn't as strong as it could have been.
Oh. Well, thank you.
Of course.
I would very much like that.
I can grant that to you. Consider it a gift, a mother's gift.
That's it? Just a gift?
Yes, as you're so close to fulfilling your purpose isn't the right word, but lighting these remaining beacons will, well, it will allow me to reach my true potential once again.
In the house?
Well, and she says, so far, 2 flames rekindled, 2 truths returns, and she'll let the background will shift, and you'll see a memory, kind of like a vision of her standing on a battlefield beside other kind of beings wreathed in shadow, but her eyes look kind, maybe, or determined, maybe that's what it is. And then it will shift to a second memory and her surrounded by chained shadows screaming as her form is twisted and shifted by all sorts of unseen hands. And she says, they feared what I knew, so they sealed me beneath lies and guilt. And even I believed the lie. But you were made for more than fire and fury. You are my answer, my echo, my redemption if you choose it.
I have a choice.
You do. When all 5 are lit, I will return. And with me, the truth, the whole truth, will rise. The age of cinders will come not in conquest, but in reckoning.
To those that sealed you away, right?
Yes. At least, I think. In the process of this, I've lost. There are parts of me that are gone. And I believe I, my things were taken from me, power, memories, multiple things. And
Well,
Hmm.
what memories did you get back?
And it would be and you would just kind of inherently know
Yeah.
it was the two that you saw.
Okay. So you were battling in the hells, I guess against demons, right?
I'm not sure if it was the hells or it was the material plane, but I know I was battling someone, and I believe I had knowledge of something that was of use to everyone, someone, myself, my allies, to defeat some growing power, and as such, I was sealed away and presumably never to return. And that's when I attempted to hatch a plan to have an agent, an emissary of myself on this plane to help break that seal. And that's where you come in. If when all the beacons are lit, you will bring fire to this world, but not in destruction, in renewal, a world purified. And I know that all will be right once this happens. And you are the key, the spark.
Do you know what we would be purifying?
I don't, but I know that it needs to be done.
Okay. So, are you just gonna watch me all the time now?
I mean, I'll keep tabs, but will not I'll be there if you need me.
Okay. And you'll bring him back?
I promise.
What about the goblin?
So many trinkets, Ted.
I know.
They could be ours, but
She says, well, how about just one gift for now? A proof of a reconnection between mother and daughter. And if perhaps in the future we can discuss this, or perhaps you'll be able to do it yourself.
okay. So, when you bring him back, he'll. Well, I just know that Gable was brought back from the dead, and he's tied to something. So I want Bishop to be his own person.
Yes, I will bring him back as he was. I don't know what surrounds. There's a shadow that surrounds your friend, and somewhat familiar but also distant. And I'm not sure.
Okay. I guess. Do you know who split me? Who sealed me?
I'm not sure. I don't think it was the same people who sealed me away or anyone tied to that. Or perhaps it was. I don't I don't remember who sealed me away, but I do remember that I had allies in this fight that I was in, and I believe they were turned against me and were used to seal me away. Powerful beings, both mortal and of divine power.
Oh, okay. Um, well, maybe I can find something out. Can you, like, tell me who you are?
Oh, yeah. So she says, yeah. She's like, she chuckles because it's just something that's never come up
Yeah.
so far, which is just kind of funny to me to think about it too. And she'll tell
Mhm.
you that her name is Elindra. Elyndraa is her name. And she will tell you that she's gone by many names in her time, but uh, Matron of Cinders, Cinder Queen, things of that nature. Um,
Okay. Well, maybe I can figure something out and find out who did this to you so that, you know, we can get retribution, I guess.
I'd be careful whoever did this must be powerful to be able to pull my memories and shift perception against me to lock me away. At least that's what I think is what happened.
Mhm.
But I know I was fighting to stop something before my allies turned against me and sealed me away. And then, well, it took a long time. But now there's you, my little spark.
Yeah.
Aw.
Who's um who's my dad?
And she'll also kind of chuckle at this, and she says he was an elven adventurer from a long, long time ago that I had met, and it took a long time to get to a point where I could uh, be able to have enough influence on the material plane to bring forth a child. And then well, he was gone, and I left you. Well, I met your parents, and
I figured.
I they were looking for assistance, and I needed someone trustworthy to care for you.
Oh. So that's why they're so successful.
Well, yes.
Do they have a bond to you too?
No. They were down on their luck and couldn't have children, and I saw an opportunity to kill two birds with one stone.
So they don't know what I am?
No. They know that you're a gift, and I don't even think they realize that you are tied to their success. I think they think it all happened kind of on their own. It was more of like oh, I wish we could we're having such a hard time, and then all of a sudden everything came up feldspar.
Well, that's I guess that's good. That's good.
I mean, it
Um,
seems you've had from what I've been able to glean, a good life.
yeah.
And
It's
that's
been
all I asked for
good.
was someone to take care of you like you were their own.
They did. They do.
Good.
Except for now, when somebody else is pretending to be me. So,
Hmm. Interesting.
do you know anything about that?
No, mostly I've been trying to keep tabs on where you've been recently, as you seem to
Well,
be pulling power or almost dying, or everyone around you is in turmoil and mind flares on the material plane and other gods. And
yeah, that was unfortunate. But well, I guess there's a couple things we still have to take care of, so I should probably get back. But can I visit you at some point? How do I do that?
well, you can attempt to reach out, and if we're both in a place where that makes sense, we can try to meet like this again. But the more of these beacons you light, the stronger you'll grow and I'll grow with you. My presence will be greater, your power will be greater, and you'll be able to ascend is not the right word, but it feels like the right word. You'll be oh, more than immortal, but not a deity. Somewhere in
Okay.
between.
Wow. Yeah.
Ascended power
Wow.
level. Yeah.
Okay. That's a lot. Well, thank you for bringing back Bishop. I I really appreciate it.
Of course. And she'll just kind of walk off and like fade to black. Now, what's important is this happens over the course. This takes a lot longer as it goes through the night. Now, Gable, what are you saying to Bishop at this point? Because he's
So
gonna wake.
basically, I don't understand what you saw in her. I mean, seriously, she was manipulative from the start. She had her to take her coffee a very specific way. I feel like that's a red flag for you heteros. You know, plus she's got that mole, and every time she would, do some sort of disguise or something, it always stayed there, and I always thought it was sort of distracting. I don't understand what you saw in Silva. I mean, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
Don't you ever do that to me again.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Okay, keep saying calming things. I can't calm down on my own.
Okay.
I'm gonna say
Look,
you
just-
heard that across the hallway. Soot.
Oh, I have such a bad headache.
The door. Boom.
Oh. Ow. No. Ah. Ow.
Hi. Oh my gosh. Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
I will. I still have a healing word. I can. Well, did I get a full night's sleep?
You did. Everybody did.
Okay.
Jake, you got the
I'll
long
pump a
rest.
healing word into you so that you can, or a cure wounds so that you can get your mind
Oh.
back.
Okay. Hi. Hi.
Hey.
What happened?
Soot pets Gable.
Hey, buddy.
Pushes the hair down.
Okay.
You're okay.
Yeah.
You're okay, pal.
How?
My mom. You
What?
died and got your brain eaten.
Oh.
And
I guess that explains the headache.
yeah, and I tried to contact my mom, and she couldn't find me on that plane of existence. So when I fell asleep, I got to talk to her, and she said she would bring you back as a gift.
Oh. Happy birthday.
Kinda.
Okay, great. Bishop just like pulls in for like a big hug.
She'll hug you, and then just so you know, and Gable, I did talk to Ashundo, and he did put my mind back together again.
That's why you look a little bit different. I like it.
Yeah. Okay. So we won though. Everything's good.
Yes. Sorry. Okay. Yeah.
Everyone's mind flares. Everything's on fire. And no, everything's
Gable.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
So no, we
Okay.
defeated everything. You died like right at the end. Unfortunately, I was not able to negotiate for Droop. I didn't even have to negotiate for you. I was totally willing to throw down the law, but apparently it was fine. No strings attached, which is odd but understandable.
Okay. That's good.
Also, fun fact, I'm getting married, but not me. Somebody's pretending to be me at my parents, and they apparently have someone who looks like me who is getting married to one of Gable's old companions. So we do have to deal with that very quickly.
Well, I mean, it's good to stay busy, I guess. Okay. Well,
Do you need a minute?
yeah. Well, no. Well, yeah. I mean, I look
I
outside. What's
can-
the weather like?
Oh, it's beautiful out. Nice, sunshiny, nice breeze. Kind of like the
Okay.
image on screen, Phandelin, like it always looks, apparently. When it's not,
Ah,
when it's not
okay.
nighttime.
Well,
I can give you both a moment if you would like.
that's okay. Dying is bad. It
Right,
didn't
which
go
is why you should surround
not.
yourself with comforting things to help you adjust. Do your nerves feel strange, sort of numb, but not at the same time?
Feel like pins and needles, like left over from the experience, which was unpleasant. Um,
That should fade with time.
okay.
Then again, I'm not exactly a true resurrection myself, but just take it
That's
one moment at a time. You are here, you are with us.
yeah. No,
Uh,
I thought it would have. I don't know. How long has it been?
12
few
hours?
hours, something like that, yes.
That's it. Okay. Um, I don't know if it was because it was the far realm, but the afterlife was not good for
You remember
me.
it?
I hope it's like a dream and it fades because I think I was taken away from any any sort of light. It was 12 hours, but I don't know. It was I think I need some tea. I think I need some tea.
Yes,
Sure.
that's a good idea. Um, I'll go get tea. Just
Okay.
sit.
Yeah. Bishop just like right on the ground, just like kind of like touching the wood on the floor and just being like, okay, this is real. This has to be real, right?
It's real.
Okay.
You're okay.
But, okay. Thank you
Mhm.
for bringing me back. Um, okay.
I thought you might have been mad, actually.
No, 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 no. Mm, Just, it was, it was bad. Um, I don't know. This isn't the first time I've been like back here. Um, I'm
You've
not.
died before?
No, well, no. Think. I think Ilvash took me,
Ah,
and time's not quite the same. Uh, um, and I don't know. I like lightly touch your face a little bit, just kind of like, is it
yeah.
real?
Mm-hmm.
I've I've thought I was brought back before. This
I
is
see.
like a circle. Um, it's okay. Um, the last thing I remember was the fight beforehand, and then maybe perhaps I don't remember dying. Um, but
Brain removal did seem quick.
yeah. Okay. Um, yeah, okay. All right. Well, we'll talk about that later. Not ready to. But
Okay.
your mom brought me back.
Yeah. So once my brain was put back together, I was able to see her fully, and she looks a lot like I do in my original form.
Oh.
So that makes a lot of sense. I found out my dad was some elf. That's gone,
Okay.
is the word she used. She might have killed him. I don't know. And my parents know nothing about it. Like, they
Okay.
don't know what I am or where I came from or that I'm probably the reason they're so rich.
Oh, well, you've always seemed like good luck to me.
Thanks. Yeah, I'm trying to sort out who I am, really. A lot of
Yeah.
memories, a lot of. I feel like I think differently now. I mean, I obviously do, but I don't know. I still have all my memories, but it feels like different people. Even, even Red Sit's memories. So,
Bishop just kind of like quietly holds your hand.
yeah. Thanks.
There's
Um,
time.
Yeah. I mean, not a ton of time. We have to ride all the way to my house.
Okay, today?
Probably a good idea since the wedding is within a reasonable time period.
You know? Yeah.
Oh, 3
Name
days hence.
name and address withheld. Yeah. Basically just we'll say 3 days because that's a reasonable time to get there.
Okay.
You don't know when those letters arrived because you were gone for
Yeah.
I'm gonna just put my
There's probably a date on there, right?
yeah, no, there is a date on there, but my point
Oh.
is I think you guys were gone in the time you went beneath Phandelver through Elithanok, through um the whole briny maze to beyond the lightless star and all that time while it was kind of wibbly wobbly for you guys. I'm gonna say it was like 4 months happened here while you guys were gone. So Donnie's head was a little maggoty and kind
Yeah.
of gross.
Oh, yeah, that's the thing.
But the fact that it was like you saw how bad it was when you left in Phandelver, and then like it cleared up like a light switch, which is why there was the celebrations when you guys came back. Like, because they were like, oh my god, ding dong, the witch is dead. The sky is normal. My tentacles are gone. Like everything's pretty good.
Well,
I make oh god.
go ahead. No, please come back.
I make my way up the stairs with a tray with one mug surrounded by 15 different bags of tea. And I just say, I don't know how you prepare it, so I decided, instead of trying to reinvent the wheel, I would just see if perhaps you would find some comfort in making it yourself. That seems rude. And I'll just place the tray, like, right in front of you on the ground. I didn't want to assume.
No, yeah. I find like the most normal looking black tea and do that.
Right. Yep. Yep. That's fine.
I
I
just
forgot.
hold it. Yeah. No, thank you. Um, do you remember being dead?
No, as far as I was concerned, for the longest time, I thought it was just left for dead, not actually dead. I don't really have any solid memory of. Well, that's not true. I did get a glimpse of my death through Reese's eyes, thanks to the dagger. That was that was wonderful. But I don't quite recall any other specifics in between when I was slain and when I awoke. So if something happened, I couldn't tell you.
Bishop has like the tea on the little tea cup there, and it's like just a little shaky. Okay, all right. He like takes a sip and just like settles just a bit. Okay. Well, at some point I would like to do a little research and see what we can do about that. Um okay. Well,
About what?
my time away.
Oh, right.
Well, if you guys want, if you're feeling up to it, I can get us there today. If you're comfortable traveling through a tree.
Yeah, sure. Sounds like a good way to go.
Fucking spell is the bane of my existence. Yes, that sounds delightful.
I'll
Yeah.
just have to check I'll make sure that I have everything correct in my mind with all of my spells, and we can leave when everyone's ready.
We should just be careful.
Up.
We should be careful. Yes.
If somebody is impersonating you, and if Valen is the one that your imposter is set to marry, they function as spies. They worm their way in and gather what valuable information they can. If you show up as yourself, it could throw everything into chaos.
It would put everyone in danger.
Exactly.
Well, it's a good thing I don't need to show up as me.
Precisely.
We have 3 invitations.
Oh, and everybody got +1s, we'll say.
Oh,
So,
Bronson.
He
oh.
Did he die too?
No.
he
Okay.
didn't. But he didn't.
He went back home.
Oh.
Yes.
Good. That's a great place to be, is home. It's
Yes.
always so nice to not be not home. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I want to do something real quick.
oh boy, here we go.
I want to use Eyes of the Rune.
Oh, okay, I was gonna say contact other planes.
Eyes of the Crow. No, fuck that.
I was like, every time
I've
we're
learned
about,
my lesson.
every time we're about to do something, you're like,
I
oh
know.
hey, let me just do
BT-dubs.
this real quick.
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
okay.
I want to do Eyes of the Crow real quick, just to see if maybe anybody's scrying.
Oh, okay, I see. No, and it is not like it's not fake bishop. It's not like a shapeshifter, or anything.
Okay. With that being said, I can scry now, everyone. So if we want to get a lay of the land before arrival, I can do that.
That'd be a good idea.
I mean, your old compatriot. That might be a good target. And we've met Soot's parents.
What can
Did you
your
still call them your parents? Yeah, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. No, yeah.
The demon, the devil, is not my mom. I mean, she might have my blood in her, but I don't owe her anything, and I'm only doing this so that I can figure out what's going on with her, why she was sealed away, and why her companions abandoned her and made her into some sort of horcrux of thing.
Mm-hmm. I know most of those words, except that one.
Yes, it definitely sounds like I
Anyway,
get a sour taste in my mouth from that one. Yes, I believe I would like. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
What your friend? What can he do? You
Well,
said
he
he
is
was a assassin or spy.
He's a bard, the worst of them all.
Okay, cool. What does he do though? Could he easily detect a scrying?
Can I roll a history check on Valen to see if I can recall his particular abilities as a bard?
Sure.
Oh boy. Yeah. Yeah, that's an 8.
I mean, there was
Bard
inspiration.
sing.
There was inspiration there. You remember that?
Mm.
Um, and yeah, you're not really too. Maybe it's because maybe that's why you have such this like hatred or maybe this love for this instrument. You just don't remember why and why you're so good at playing the instrument. Maybe they inspired you so much to be so excellent at
it.
playing an instrument.
Fucking what I have, a harp? I
Yeah.
think.
Yep.
Yeah. From that one natural 20.
Yeah, no, I know. They must have inspired you with their expert liar capabilities to just like, you know what, I saw them do it so many times. I want to be cool like them. Um
I'm going to just relay. He's just infuriating. I can't. My memory's still a little weird, but I can vividly recall that feeling anytime he was in the room of just wanting to strangle him.
Okay, well, I mean, if you got an invitation, he's gonna know you're coming, so maybe we disguise you too.
Oh, not a bad
Or
idea.
maybe I turn into you or something.
Oh, I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
They do know. They know that we're coming.
Yeah.
Well, let's get close, do some recon, and then we'll maybe try to talk to Soot's parents stealthily.
Not a bad plan.
Did
Let me
you
see if
want
I can
to
get the lay of
scry?
the.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me see if I can get the lay of the land.
Okay.
I would like to scry on Valen.
Okay. Okay. Man, it's been so long since I've had anybody do scrying.
Ah. All right. So, my knowledge of the target is, I would say either firsthand. I don't want to say firsthand. Maybe extensive.
It's good enough to get the information that you're seeking. So let me
Okay. All
let me
right.
pull up the spell real quick so I make sure I'm not talking out of my ass. And then we'll cover exactly what you're able to get. Takes you
Okay.
10 minutes or so to cast it. You can see it here. A creature you can choose. It's on the same plane of existence. The target makes a wisdom saving throw, which is modified by how well you know the target. Your knowledge of the target increases increases or decreases that modifier. And then again, if you have picture or likeness, garment or possession, body part, blah, blah, blah. On a successful save, they aren't affected. You can't use the spell on them again for 24 hours. On a failed save, the spell creates an invisible and tangible sensor within 10 feet of the target. You can see and hear through the sensors if you were there. The sensor moves with the target, remaining within 10 feet for the duration. It's something you can, if something can see the sensor, it appears as a luminous orb about the size of your fist. Instead of targeting a creature, you can target a location you have seen. When you do so, the sensor appears at that location and doesn't move.
Yeah, I'll stick with just Valen for now.
Okay. So,
I always try again if it fails.
correct.
Just
You
on the
do.
location.
It succeeds. I rolled a 3. So,
Okay.
you get an image of Valen standing in the kitchen of Soot's parents' house. And I don't know, you see him kind of just like looking around and then gets like a big smile on his face, drops to a knee, and say like a 13-year-old or so tiefling boy comes like running into the room and he wraps him up in a big hug and tussles his hair, looks remarkably like him. And then he just says, "Oh, are you are you getting ready? Are you sure you're gonna be able to you're gonna be able to carry that? It's not gonna be a problem. I know sometimes your head gets a little scattered on this kind of things, but this is a really important job." He's like, "No, Dad, I definitely got it. I'll definitely be able to do that, no problem." And he's like, "All right, well, why don't you run off and play, and I'll see you in a little bit." And then runs off. And then, you hear footsteps, and in comes uh a perfect facsimile of Soot. And then comes over and kind of like behind him, kind of like puts her arms around his waist and kind of smiles as she sees this tiefling run off. And he turns to look at her, and there is nothing but just pure, just love and affection between the two of them. Um, he picks her up and kind of spins her around the kitchen, like the workers have to like move out of the way to make sure they don't accidentally knock stuff over. And they're just kind of holding each other happily. And at some point, we'll say Soot's parents come walking in, and they're smiling too. And everybody's just very excited to get ready. It's like, okay, I think we're in the final couple days here of preparation. Is everything good to go? Yeah, we finalized the guest list, blah, blah, blah. We're waiting to hear back from a few folks. But, other than that, things seem good. We'll just prepare extra food just in case they decide to show up anyway. And they're just going through it. And it's just like an absolutely lovely time. Everybody seems so happy. Soot's parents seem overjoyed. Like everything seems great.
Um, as I'm doing scry, I imagine his eyes sort of cloud over, and his head just sort of lays back, and the entire time, his claws slowly extend out, and he like visibly like grips his leg.
Mm-hmm.
Um, not enough to deal like any damage necessarily,
Sure,
but
sure.
um, but when he comes back, he's good. There's a child.
The what?
There's a 13-ish year old tiefling child running about the place. Your parents are very convinced, and the representation of you is spot on. They are checking the guest list. They have a few final days of preparation. Pardon me for a moment. Just give me a second.
Pat, pat, pat.
Hmm.
You didn't see any of your other companions there?
No, just him. But it's not too far off that they'd be watching in some way.
Would you want to scry one of them? See if they're there?
I could.
Maybe not Reese, but somebody perhaps more susceptible.
Yes. I could.
Do you
I could
remember
try.
that there was a doppelganger from the mines?
Yes.
Do you think
Vaguely.
you could scry on them?
Oh, good call.
It's the only person I know who could do something like this. I mean, besides me.
Hold on. I stretch out a little bit, sitting in one spot for so long. My dead joints start to feel it. Okay. I will, I'll focus again and cast Scrying for a second time, this time on the doppelganger.
Okay. I'm gonna let me reread what this is. So I would say you don't have any bit of them. You have their, I guess, Actually, you don't know what they look like. You don't have a picture or their
Mhm.
likeness because you only saw them in the form
I
of
can
the
change
rock
into
seeker.
her though.
Well,
or
you
them.
only saw the rock seeker. You didn't.
No, I saw them turn back. Oh, did I not?
No, you saw the rock
I
seeker
thought I hit
brother
them with the
run.
moonbeam.
No, I don't think so.
That was a in
different doppelganger.
yeah.
That one died. This one you only saw as the third rock seeker brother who ran away.
Oh,
So you don't
boo.
have the likeness. So no bonus there. And I would say you have met the target.
Okay.
So you're not so it's basically seems
Not
like
getting
it's
any reductions.
or additions really. So it's
Yeah.
it's a more or less a straight up roll.
Okay.
All right. So what's your save DC?
19.
Okay, that's pretty good. Let me pull up a doppelganger real quick. Get what their wisdom saving throw is.
I remembered to lower that one stat that was exceeded above 20 after the adventure was concluded.
That's hold on that because that's something I never got to resolve either because people died.
Oh,
So, but we'll get to that in a second. Let me pull
So
up.
is it 20 right now or is it 19?
I don't know. Well, we're gonna see. It might. You know what, LB? It might not even matter. So if it comes down to a +1, then I'll make the call. If it's more than that, then it doesn't matter. Okay, here we go. Wisdom saving throw. They don't have anything against that. Cool. Okay. Okay. I rolled a 16. They get a +1. So it wouldn't have mattered anyway. And like a weird turning back to the same channel, you're in the exact same situation, looking at Soot and Valen, just sitting down and looking at table cards, and just like planning things out, and like looking at place settings, and like like going. That follows them. They go outside. There's the arch, and they've made an arch out of a variety of large stones held together to make like a wedding arch, all out of rocks and things.
Those are Soot's rocks.
My rocks. My collection!
They're not your collection. These have been imported from the mines. These rocks to make a specific feldspar arch.
Oh, they better not have fucking touched my collection.
So, yeah. And again, they both look like they just are so in love and couldn't be happier. You know what? 13's probably too old. Let's cut that age, make it 8 years old. That's better.
Okay.
For the child.
So. Are you the father?
So.
I'll return back. Soot, my darling, you are a genius.
Now that my brain's intact, yes.
You were right on the money.
Knew it.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, as you continue to see, you can see obviously there's like there's the orchards nearby that are growing, just immensely. As you know, they were blessed the last time you were there. Before you left, Bronson had blessed those orchards, so they've been growing, just producing an immense amount of fruit. And you can see people are out there harvesting from that, to bring in to make, desserts and prep for different things, fruit salads and other things to get ready for the wedding. And there's just like you obviously had the kitchen staff, and you have maybe some other hands were brought in because this is a big event. And you can see there are a large number of tables. This wedding, probably based on what you see with all the table cards and setups and the seating arrangements and things. You think about the dinner party were like 25 people, and that wasn't necessarily everybody. So this is looking like probably around 50 or so people. So it's not like a huge wedding, but double the size of like the people that you know. So whether that's his side or more for Soot's side, you don't know.
Mm.
We're gonna say they purposefully don't give you a great look at the seating arrangement as they're just like walking through, and each table has a different. The centerpieces, they're kind of already getting stuff set up outside. Not like placemats and stuff, but they're all, each one of the tables are a perfectly hewn circular piece of rock that stands on a center plinth. So they stand up outside, they're weather resistant. Each one has a different kind of large geode of a different gemstone on each one as like the centerpiece. Not Soot's collection. I will reiterate that again. These are
Thank
custom.
you. Thank
They are
you.
custom rocks that were brought in specifically for the ceremony.
Brought in specifically from Soot's collect. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Um, this- why invite us specifically?
Well, if my parents had anything to do with it, they know you're my friends, or they invited you guys as a trap.
Right. So we should come in quiet and
Yeah.
scope out the place before we.
Hmm.
Maybe we wait till tonight under the cover of darkness. So
That's
do
not a
you
bad
have
plan.
Pass Without Trace prepared?
I can.
All right.
I haven't solidified all of my spells for that day.
Sure. It's still until you have breakfast, you have time to switch
Yeah.
spells. The long rest isn't really over
Mhm,
until,
mhm.
you break your fast.
Uh-huh.
Hmm.
That's why intermittent fasting is so popular in Faerun.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, sure, makes
Yeah.
sense.
Okay.
Ugh.
Well, the only way to revert her to her true form is a moonbeam, so
All right.
We can
I
do that.
assume you have that readily prepared, yes?
yes, absolutely.
Delightful.
As
I
do
would
Question
like.
is-
Oh,
Who should I be? I could be one of the servants.
Yeah,
I was
but you
thinking
don't
of
want to
doing
run
something
into
similar.
yourself.
Fair. I could be. I mean, I have a lot of people I could be. I could be. I mean, if we really want to fuck with them, I could be Silva.
Be careful.
I'm just saying. That'd be
I
kinda
had
funny.
the same thought about being Reese, but then that wouldn't mesh well.
I don't think we can paint you like him. Oh, you can change.
Yeah, I have
Okay, I forgot.
I have similar abilities now, thanks to whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If possible, I say we make our preparations for the day before we take a trip through a tree.
Oh my gosh.
Hmm?
People are gonna we have to tell them the bishop is alive. The people in the town are gonna be so excited.
Oh,
Oh, that is true, yes. Everyone was so morose when news of your situation had been announced.
Ooh. Also, something you don't know. So remember the triplets?
mm-hmm.
Well, they're
How
just.
well, Gable sent one of them to go talk to um his old companions, and
Mm-hmm.
we now know he's dead. And they know
Okay.
that Gable sent him and that it was a trap for sure, the meeting. So good news,
Cool.
bad news.
Mostly bad
That
news.
mostly bad news, but now I don't know how that's gonna go with the remaining of the brothers. But that is a bridge that we will cross when we have to.
It reminds me. There's one last teeny little scry I'm gonna do, if that's all right.
Mhm.
I want to scry on Silva.
How's the tea?
Great. Yes. Great to have a little
Well, that's a reliquary.
Oh no shit.
Oh, yay!
There were reliquaries that went off that we didn't know about.
Yeah, they're out there somewhere. There's some sort of effects.
No, not in like recently, but like there were like 2 reliquaries that we rolled that were like, well, we're underground, we're in another plane of existence. That's not gonna happen.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
Oh God.
One of
Teacher,
them.
we have homework.
One of them has already happened.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Can we have Shovel Knight back?
Well, no, he's got him and Shield Knight went off to go live happily ever after.
Aw. They're
So-
such a cute couple.
So
Red and blue, they complement each other. It's adorable.
right.
I think so.
Okay, so I have to get to that reliquary. Also, by the way, I don't know if you noticed, I've increased the amount to get the reliquary each time.
Oh, I know that.
And they
I
keep-
see.
and it
It's up
keeps-
to 20.
It gets up to 20,000 now, and it keeps happening. All right,
Yeah.
I'm gonna. Okay. Scry. All right, before your scrying,
We will, Ro.
before your scrying goes off, let's go ahead and I guess let's figure this out. I need somebody to roll me a d6.
I'll do it.
Okay, you go for it.
Yeah.
I don't want to be responsible.
3.
So bad.
Great.
Roll me a percentile, please, Jake.
All right.
We
How
shit
bad
uncontrollably.
is it? Oh, that would be
So bad.
21.
Oh no.
Thanks,
This is
guys.
a bad one I wrote
Yeah,
back
this
in
is-
the day.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna. We had that one, and I don't want to. We just got you back, dude. Go ahead and roll me
That's
a
fair.
different percentile. I don't want you to
I
be
don't
Alright.
like that.
Is
I
that
don't-
the
the
predator one?
Yeah, it's the predator. Yeah.
Oh, fuck off.
The party is being
Nice.
hunted by an intelligent alien from outer space. Yeah.
I always felt kind of like xenomorph, but predator.
I
works
put the
good
predator in
too.
there instead, and that
Yeah,
caused
was
half
bad.
the party to die.
Yeah, 34.
Okay. So as you guys are eating breakfast, figuring this out, it's probably not too big of an issue for you, Gable. But for the next 24 hours, you are unable to eat food without making a constitution saving throw or becoming poisoned and nauseated by the nauseated by said food. You're fine, Gable. You don't have to eat.
Oh.
It's come full circle, baby.
Mm,
Well,
this candied bacon is so delicious.
Mm.
The food,
Alright.
I
the
have
food,
resistances against poison.
the food
That's
is
good.
too spicy.
Oh,
Oh no.
It is
who
a
cooks
any.
this?
Here's the thing: to get the benefits of a long rest, or no, sorry, that's to remove exhaustion. Never mind. So you say you had to consume an X amount of food to get the benefit, but that's to remove exhaustion, not that. But if you do return home, it's a DC 17 con save or throw up and also get the poison condition for 24 hours. So
Oh,
Great.
no,
and this happens as we're eating breakfast.
as you're eating breakfast. I need you both to
Mm.
make me Constitution saving throws.
All right. Well, so you could add a plus
Hey,
7. on
it
that.
could have been worse. We could have been hunted by the predator on the way to Soot's house.
Yeah. It's
Thank
going
you,
to
Chungus.
accidentally eat another biscuit. Oh, it's terrible. My weight, my
25.
figure.
You're good?
I'm so hungry.
Oh.
I've had such a bad time.
Sorry.
Bishop is
my-
like crowded around his plate of food, just like eating with his hands, just whatever's there.
18.
Okay. Yeah, barely a success is still a success.
Oh, this.
Mm.
Not
Are you gonna
agreeing
finish
with
that?
me. No, no thanks. You
Okay.
can have it.
Yeah, I eat it.
Mm.
Okay.
Just ravenous.
Yeah.
Being alive again is excellent.
Oh, Could I have another order of the waffle sticks, please? Thank you.
2.
I'm okay, thank you.
Okay.
Toblin, this is divine.
No, no. Technically, as of this happening, Robert, you are not part of said party, so you are not being sick in Leyland right now. You're safe.
I'm so sad.
Okay,
Thank God.
Okay. So,
so the plan is to wait till tonight.
hold on. We have to resolve
under
this scrying.
Oh, right, sorry.
So, you're scrying on Silva. And you she failed. But you are given the inside of a cell in Waterdeep. But her body is on the floor, throat slit, just a dead body on the floor. And you
Silva's
feel,
dead?
yeah, you feel that name kind of like get scratched off your list, but it doesn't feel good because you didn't do it. So it's real weird. It's a real bizarre feeling because that's like I don't know. I mean, quite literally think about it this way. That's part of the reason you came back. And that's one person who dropped rocks on themselves to try to kill you. And the second person was dead by, could be her own hand, could be somebody else's hand. You don't see a weapon in the room. She is face down with the blood pool kind of surrounding her.
Can I make some sort of investigation check to like, I can't move anything. I can only see and hear, but can I like, I don't know, move the sensor in a little closer to get some details at all?
Their blood splatter?
Okay, yeah, make me an investigation check.
Oh, that's a 11.
Mm.
My rolls have not been good.
Yeah, she's kind of like fell on her like arms, if that makes sense. So she's like this. And I'll say, because it's more fun this way, that you're about to shut off the scrying because you're like, fuck, right? Then you hear like, get the cell open, and like people like guards like ching of keys open the cell and sling it open, and someone rushes in and flips her over. And the one arm is just kind of like, down, like hanging down, but that other arm is up like this across her lips.
Jesus Christ. I immediately snap out and
What? Good thoughts. Good thoughts. What'd you look? What'd you see?
She's dead.
Who? What?
She's dead. She is dead. She's dead in the cell in Waterdeep. But whatever it is that has attached itself to me is somehow behind it. I didn't go into too much detail of what I saw in the right before we went into the briny maze when I was speaking with Oshundo. This manifestation came to me as a skeletal hand, I believe.
Oh, and you recall that when you broke Oshundo's brain, same thing.
She was frozen in that same position.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I have to be the one to kill Valen. I
Sure.
know that sounds strange, but It is a little bit of revenge, but it's also I need to know what it is that has brought me back, and its communication to me has been do something for me, I reveal something for you. So, when it comes time, just please allow me to do the deed, yes?
Yeah.
Sure. Okay.
Thank you.
Bishop.
Yeah. Hey.
Okay.
No, yeah. I'm good. Um, no, I'm bad. Um, but we, well, look, we'll figure it out. Everything's gonna be cool and good. Um, did you
I'm
guys tell
sorry.
my parents I died?
No. No.
Okay, okay. Well, that's good. We don't want to worry them. And okay. Um, I'm not hungry anymore.
Yeah.
Um,
Why don't you go make sure your stuff is all packed and ready to go?
yeah, that's good. I will. Okay. Do you guys want to come with me to do that?
Sure. Yeah.
Of
Okay.
course.
Okay. And Bishop's gonna like keep himself between the two of you,
Mhm.
like always one of you within eyesight.
Mm.
Okay. Okay, we're good. Everything's this. Yes. Okay. Um, we'll 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 kill that guy for you, buddy, and
We'll let you kill that guy.
we'll let you kill that guy for you, buddy. Um,
Bishop, if you need time to we
no, 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 no. We have to stop the wedding, and there's Valen. You said
yes.
okay, and now Gloria's dead. Silva. Um, and you have a creepy whisper god. So we should probably figure out something about that. Um, but one thing at a time, inch by inch, everything's a cinch.
Your profound optimism is nauseating, or something
I
quippy.
think it's the food, honestly. Something's bad with it. Yeah.
Don't just do us a favor.
Mm-hmm.
Be honest with us if you need a moment, please.
When we get back up to the room, Bishop will like sit down on the bed. Um, it was less than 12 hours. Um, kind of like rocking, like forward and back a little bit. Oh, they the the mind flayers or Ilvash or when I was killed, they took me maybe where things go in the far realm. Um, time wasn't right. Uh, I this isn't the first time I've come back to you guys, although this does feel different because it was better then, and things are immediately bad again here. But just felt I'm not. No, okay. I am not ready to talk about this like that. But I just bear with me, and we'll get there.
I would like to do something. I would like to take, if I have a blanket or something in my pack, I would like to take it out and just put it around Bishop. And just kind of secure it to him. It's I don't need an insight check to see that this is very clearly very traumatic, and it might help, it might not, but it's something.
Holds it close around him, and thank you. Okay.
Once it's one small step at a time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we are, honestly, if I may say so, I don't know what Soot's thought is, but I believe once this wedding is stopped, once this is taken care of, I think we are due for a more of a respite than 12 hours from saving the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give us time to rest, recuperate, plan whatever next moves we need to. We should probably also message Bronson. I'm sure he's still convinced, well, one thing at a time.
One thing at
Even
a
if
time.
it is something as small as willing yourself to stand and take the literal next step. One small step. 1 foot in front of the other.
In 5 minutes, and then Bishop
Yes.
lays down in the bed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Just kind of like half fetal position.
Soot rubs his shoulder. We'll figure it out.
Good to be back.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be the
Okay.
same without you.
Okay. So
Okay.
Gable can
Okay.
short rest and do the fantastic thing that's so new to the game that warlocks get their short
Oh,
their
that's
spells back.
right. That's so crazy.
So good.
2024, big step forward.
Man,
Big step
crazy,
forward.
crazy thing.
And then yeah, you guys are gonna transport via plants to
Yep.
your house.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you're going
In the
undercover.
woods near the house.
Yeah,
though.
undercover.
Like, we want to be
under
like
cover of darkness.
Mm-hmm.
You're able to do
I
that.
think Soot is going to change into Seneth.
Great. Okay.
sneaky.
That's fair. Okay.
Jonathan's
character.
from episode 1 through 5.
Who are you gonna turn into? Gable.
Bishop. Oh,
And I'm Bishop.
I was actually thinking of doing invisibility at first.
Okay, that's fair. Well, you obviously, I'll let you plan it out till you get to a point where like you can transport, you can get there, and then like when you're like, okay, it's gonna be time to interact with people,
Yeah.
so you can
Can
save it.
Drop alter self
Yeah.
and kind of
Yeah, whatever you want to do. Take your. We'll have it so that it's the most beneficial usage of invisibility. You're going in
Okay.
under cover
Yeah.
of darkness anyway. You don't have to start invisible and be like, well, I hope I can make it there in an hour. Like you can
Yeah,
wait
that's
till
fair.
you get closer and you're like, okay, there's people. now it's time, and then go from there.
Mm.
Okay.
Got it.
All
Okay.
right.
Plus, you can teleport at night.
That's also true with your cloak.
That is true. Oh.
Mhm.
Okay. Transport via plants happening? Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct.
Oof.
Transport
Okay,
via
it's fine.
plants happens. You are in the woods where you want to be pinpoint precision wise from the Feldspar estate. You're able
Mhm.
to cross the grounds to wherever you'd like to be. What is your plan of entry here? And are you planning to do anything potentially combat oriented tonight? What's your plan?
I don't think so. I think it is mostly figure out what's going on first.
Okay.
And I think to do that, I'm going to try to find Jebri.
Jebri. Okay. Anybody else have specific plans?
I want to try and get in through maybe like the servants' quarters or something.
Okay.
Maybe even through the kitchens, and do some investigating that way. I want to see if I can get a glimpse of that guest list.
Okay.
I want to stay super close to Soot.
Okay. All right. All right. I guess it's team break, right? Is this the plan?
Mhm.
Oh God!
Splitting apart right out the gate.
Just don't let your invisibility run out. Let's say we'll meet by the old lake where
Yeah.
Old Greg.
Where you saw Red
where the
Soot.
yeah, where the grouper lives.
The group. That's right.
Mhm.
I forgot about that.
Old Greg.
I'm out, Greg.
Oh, Greg.
We'll meet there in 50 minutes, okay?
All right. 10 minutes left on your invisibility.
Tell you what, if it makes better sense to do like alter self at first and to hold invisibility until later, then that'll be the game then.
I mean, I don't think invisibility and getting a look at the guest list is a bad idea. You're sneaky. You can teleport if it's dark.
I think it's more like saving it until I get close enough
Okay.
and then using it so I can maximize that hour as opposed to only having 10 minutes.
Okay. So, well, Soot in Zenith form and Bishop are searching out Jebri,
Mm-hmm.
Gable. You're having an idea face.
I'd like to do one extra little thing.
Sure. What would that be?
No. I'd like to take. Once upon a time, I found a wonderful little trinket. It was some jars of weapon black.
Yeah. Sure.
I would like to put that across the blade of the cane sword
Sure.
and the fell blade.
Okay. To darken them
Just
so they don't.
exactly.
Perfect.
Just in case this ends up happening in the dark of night.
All right. I'm going to you first here, guest list boy. Let's see what you got.
Okay.
As you
That is
sneak
my
around.
nickname.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. So you're sneaking in. You're planning to sneak around, and your goal is to just find the guest list and see the names on it.
Guest list is kind of priority one, but I also want to get an eye on the extra people that were around, to see if there's a possibility that I might recognize them from my consortium days. Maybe like mercs that we might have worked with in the past. Maybe some of them are undercover agents of some kind. I kind of want to also inspect the other servants and
Gotcha.
people just sort of around to see if anybody is giving off a strange vibe.
Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess start with a stealth check.
Okay.
To be slinking around.
That is a 19.
Okay. Reasonable. You're able to, we'll say with relative ease, you're able to kind of find like the big board with like the guest list and the seating arrangements and stuff. You recognize the names from Soot's side of things, right? You recognize that there are 3 triplets listed on this.
Okay.
And you see kind of the breakdown, and you see the names of a lot of folks that you don't recognize.
Mhm.
And presumably Valen's side. You don't recognize any of those names, but you're also not sure that you would, right? They could
Mhm.
all be, um, you know, pseudonyms or otherwise, but none of the names call out to you as like, none of them are code names or like ciphered names that you had like for different members of the team or marks or allies. So nothing on this looks out of the ordinary for a standard wedding. Like it's all of the people from like Soot's background. You might see like other people that have names that match up to Soot's, like, if you have like somebody's name, it's like, okay, this might have been the cousin or the partner or whatever. If only one person showed up, it's like the rest of the family. Nothing seems really like eye-catchingly out of place. However, there is like a table that's just like an overflow table with like no names associated with it, just like an extra seating table. And you don't see Bishop, Gable, or Bronson on any of these listed out table cards.
Interesting.
You guys didn't RSVP.
That's also true. Um,
We were busy.
No, but you still do a seating chart.
yeah, you would, if you have your maybes, your 20% that, So, yeah, you don't see it there though. So what next?
I would like to pivot from my earlier question about the help. I would actually like to see if I can gain some sort of eavesdropping or knowledge by approaching Soot's parents' room.
Oh,
Because that strikes me as odd that we are not on the seating chart, but we did get invitations. And I want to see if maybe there were a cry for help.
oh, okay, yeah. While that's happening, while you're slinking over to go find out what's going on with Soot's parents, um, LB, Soot, Jake, Soot, Bishop, you guys are Seneth and Bishop, I guess, are making their way to try to find Jebri. And what's your plan of attack? How you're going about this?
Because it's nighttime. I assume the servants are back in their quarters.
Yeah, so you're probably not going to go through the front door. I assume you're going to go around the back, like through the orchard, and kind of go back to hit the servants' quarters in the back.
Yeah.
Okay, Seneth, and you guys are making your way. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Making your way.
Okay. Let me make a check here.
It's been.
Yeah, it's been.
All right. So you guys, kind of, I imagine we know how the layout is. So like it gets at a point, the moon's high in the sky, shining down, and then there's the like silhouettes tip like across, the rounds are going around the back. And you kind of like behind a box, looking around, behind the tables, making your way to the servants' quarters.
Bishop's doing combat rolls for some reason.
Yeah. You guys are making your way, and you're like about halfway to the servants' quarters when Seneth, Bishop, are you guys going perfectly together, or are you kind of lagging behind so that you're
together?
Yeah?
Definitely together.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we'll say you guys kind of get behind sort of like a rock or whatever, and Seneth, you step out to make your next move, because I imagine you're not running. It's got to be like you go, and then I'll go, and then like we'll ping pong. You guys stop. Seneth, you're making your way towards the back door of the servants' quarters before you can call Bishop ahead. Seneth, you are stopped by an orchard hand, kind of like grabs you and pulls you off to the side.
Ooh.
to have a conversation with you here.
Hello?
Uh-oh.
Senate,
Oh,
Senate.
God.
is that you?
I swear to...
Senate. God damn it, Senate. What the hell are you doing?
What? Bronson, what the fuck are you doing here?
God damn it, Senate. You have no idea what's going on here.
It's fucking Soot! What do you think is happening?
No, it's not. Senate, this is not the fucking time to mess around with me.
Senate, where did you go?
Senate, you were a bitch last. God
Bronson, what are you doing here?
What the fuck are you doing
Everyone
alive?
shut
You're supposed to be home.
God,
I sent you a letter.
Senate is still a bitch for leaving.
I'm not Senate, it's Soot!
It's
I
not Soot.
understand. I'm not over Senate yet, and I'm not over fucking Bishop. You didn't even fucking send me a goddamn message.
I sent you
It's less than 24 hours. What the
I
fuck is
sent-
wrong with you people?
I sent you a letter.
I was fucking concerned. I goddamn portaled here into the fucking orchard since I blessed the goddamn peaches, and I've been running around in these fucking friar robes since I got here, waiting to see when you would show up in 3 days. But then, fuck, you're already here. I don't even know what the fuck is going on. I'm just trying to make sure that you guys will live a happy life.
I
And
slapped
here you
Bronson
are,
across
with
the
a
face.
second chance of life, fucking around. What a...
And then I hug Bronson. Real tight. Real tight. The food at the end was so bad.
I'm so glad there's spicy food in heaven.
I lean in real close. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't heaven.
Oh.
Mm-mm. Hey, but I thought you went home.
I ate a really shitty meal at a roadside Chili's, and I thought better about it.
Good.
Bronson,
Chili's always sucks.
do you understand that it's me, Soot? I guess I should be doing Seneth's voice. Do you understand that it's me, Soot, and not Seneth?
Well,
Mhm.
it's incredibly triggering. I still understand.
I understand that. I'm so glad that you're here. Everyone just shut up.
Hey, chat. Got him. Ah, got all three of us. Got all three of them. Nobody was expecting that.
Son of a gun.
Okay.
Bro,
Alright.
I'm kicking your ass next time I see you.
That's why he was- I was like, motherfuckers in the chat all night.
Why wouldn't I be in the chat even if I left? Come on.
I know.
What a dick move.
Well, that's why I was like, well, he likes us, so of course he's just chilling. Anyway, back in it.
Right. Okay.
Whatever you guys did, we can deal with it later.
Right. So this is what we know. We know that whoever the tiefling is one of Gable's old companions, and the me, who's not me, not me, obviously, is the doppelganger who we let live, and they are impersonating me for whatever reason, and that's why we're here.
Something in your eye? Are you thinking?
Okay, I got it.
Okay.
Also,
What the-
my mind has regained its consciousness. I am all one now, and my mother is the one who brought back Bishop with no strings attached. There was no deal made. I made sure of that.
No such thing as no strings attached. There's no such thing as a free lunch. Oh my god.
Bronson, I was in Far Realm Hell. It was terrible. Okay.
I watched you die.
I
know it
didn't
was
even.
terrible.
I put my hand on Bronson's shoulder. I'd be like, I've died so many times.
What?
We have to get our shit together. We have stuff to do.
We're gonna get our shit together. What did you let Gable split the party?
He's invisible right now. All right, we're going to meet back with him in 50 minutes before his invisibility is up. Back at the camp.
He's
I
as
need
good
to
as
talk to
dead.
Jep.
He's as
I
good
need
as
to talk to
I've been
Jeffrey.
keeping him alive for fucking years now.
All he said, all he was,
a month. It's been a month.
It's a month
Oh.
that felt like eternity.
All he's gonna do is go check the guest list and then come right back.
Has he never
Right.
just gone
So I
and done
finished
the thing?
killing one of the hell. No, I'm just kidding.
Right.
Oh,
Okay.
Gable,
We don't
he
have that
is
much
so
time.
dead.
We have to talk to Jebri. Jebri is the only one. Well, no, not the only one, but he is going to be able to help us be our man on the inside.
I should have stayed in the orchard. That would have been better for my blood pressure. Okay.
Bronson, I am so glad that you're back.
Don't call it a comeback. I never left.
Hell
Well,
yeah,
you were
brother.
gone for what felt like at least 12 hours.
It was the worst meal at a Chili's ever. I've never cried into a bread bowl before. Do you know what that looks like when you're a fat person and you have a stain on your shirt? Zero respect. It's the worst day of your life.
I empathize with that.
I went and washed out in the stables. And I sat there and I cried.
Okay, you guys work through that, and I'm going to go talk to Jebri.
Hold on. Can you guys wait a second? I need to go take a shit behind this rock over here. This is a lot. Hold on. I'll be
45 minutes later.
I'm gonna go talk to Jebri.
All right.
It's gonna be
45 minutes pass. Bronson comes back shirtless, sweating.
Sometimes you gotta take it off.
Mail out.
Bishop, where are you? Seneth Soot here is going to talk to Jebri. What about
If
you?
Bronson's taking a shit in the woods, I'm going with Soot.
Okay.
I'm not standing in the middle of this rock.
That's
like-
fair. That's fair. You head inside. And as you guys are about to make your way up the stairs, kind of making your way through to find Jebri, you actually run into Stanley. And Stanley goes, "Oh,
Hello.
Bishop, what are you guys doing here?"
You know, I got this, and I pull out my invitation to the wedding.
And he goes, "Oh yeah, hey,
Hey,
so I saw that you and Bronson and Gable weren't on that list." And I was just like, maybe it was a mistake, or maybe like, I don't know what happened, but I was like, it only felt right to include you guys. So I sent you guys invitations and made sure there was an extra table for you guys to
Oh.
have a space just in case.
Very, very kind of you. This all just seems so sudden. I mean, Soot was traveling not more than 2 weeks ago.
2 weeks? I mean, you mean like 4 months
well,
ago.
it's been sorry. Do you
Oh.
remember when Seneth got beat over the head really bad?
Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Memory loss and all that.
Right, he was home for so long. Anyway, yeah, no, she came back about 4-ish months ago, maybe a little bit more than that, and then
Months.
had a she'd met somebody,
Sure, a whirlwind romance.
and yeah, over the past 4 months, they've been basically inseparable. And then he proposed.
It's great. And he has a
I-
child.
I wouldn't have
Well,
missed it for
I
the
mean,
world.
there's nothing wrong with that, but yes.
Yeah, come
No,
on,
I
Seneth.
just know that she wanted children of her. It's fine. So,
You
and
can have kids with someone who has kids.
I understand that. I am just stating facts. Right. So
Just feel like you're being a little judgmental.
I'm not. Bishop. But Soot's been good over those last 4 months. She just never rang, so.
Well, you were dealing with your whole mental trauma.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You know, that was
right.
like people didn't want to like reset the progress. They'd been working with you for so long trying to get you back to, and it worked. Look,
Well,
you're
yes, look at
here.
me.
It's great.
Yes, indeed.
Congratulations. They put your name on the invite list, but I was like, he might probably not come anyway because like
Right.
figuring
Well,
stuff
yes,
out.
well, it's a surprise, actually. So
yeah.
yes, that's
So why
that's
are
we're
you here though?
Right. Well, it's a surprise, and I wanted to surprise
2 days
Soot.
early.
Well, it's yes. I mean,
You
I
know,
don't want to
we were
surprise her
coming
on
from,
her
like-
wedding day.
Did you guys not get RSVP?
No, we thought it was a little weird that I sent the invite and then like 3 minutes went by and you never responded. So I just assumed like
Wait,
maybe
yes.
maybe they didn't include, like maybe you guys had a falling out and that's why like she came back without you guys and like didn't include you on the invite list. Like I thought maybe it was, it was like you guys had and then I thought there was something kind of between you two, and she like gestures to Bishop, but then she did the whole new romance and then getting married, and like maybe it was gonna be too hard for you. So maybe it's actually really insensitive of me to include you on that, and I kind of feel bad now that I say it out loud. Damn, I'm sorry.
No, no,
Oh
no.
shit.
You're perfectly fine.
Well, we just had it was a crazy time with the dinner party, and
Sure.
it was so much fun, and like ghost hands and the whole thing.
Ugh,
So
really,
I thought,
a highlight.
yeah.
I just want. Is Jebri available? I just wanted to speak to him about the surprise.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll go get him. Hang on.
Just, but again, surprise.
Right, so don't tell anybody.
Right. Thank you so much.
Of course. Yeah, I'll be right back. And then he'll like leave and go out the other door, and like.
We didn't ask how long we've been gone. Why didn't we ask how long we've been gone? That was so stupid of us.
I was dead for a while there.
You were
got it.
dead for 12 hours.
It was so much more than that on my side.
I understand. This is a lot for me. I'm trying to keep this together. I'm
Okay.
fine. I'm fine.
Okay. If Bronson was here, he would tell you to get your shit together.
Jebri, Stanley and Jebri will come back together, and he'll be like, "Hey, I got him."
Jebri! Oh, it's so good to see you.
Yeah, congratulations on getting, recovery. You're doing so great. It's like I didn't even know anything happened. I wouldn't know if people didn't tell me.
Yes, it's been trepidatious for sure. I would like I just wanted to surprise Soot. And we didn't want to do it on the wedding day, of course, because that would be very inappropriate. And bad manners to do such to stage in any way. So I would just, if I could talk to you about a little surprise, perhaps the morning.
And he's like, yeah. And Stanley's like, yeah, totally.
Just Jebri, if that's all right.
Oh, you want me to leave? Oh,
I'm so sorry.
I thought because I sent the invites and stuff. Cool. No, I'm out of here. Bye.
No,
No, it's fine. It's fine. You're right. Maybe it was a mistake. Sorry, Bishop. My bad. I'm so sorry.
No, hey, look. Can I do an insight check?
Sure. Of course. Maybe dying and coming back was the turning point.
Oh my god.
18.
What?
Let's go.
I've learned so much.
A whole new outlook on life. What was you trying to insight here?
I'm trying to insight Stanley.
Stanley seems a little flustered and kind of like a little disappointed that he's basically being shooed away. But he also feels kind of embarrassed because he took it on himself to send you the invites and didn't think through the fact that maybe that wasn't he thought you guys had a cool thing going, and then all of a sudden you weren't invited, and he's like, but they were so cool, and she invited him to the dinner party. I should invite them. And then it's realizing maybe it really wasn't his place to just choose to invite people to her wedding. So he's really second guessing everything now. And he's like, yeah, cool. No, you guys, surprise. I'm cool. Good. Goodbye. And he leaves. And he's real oh no, maybe I screwed up.
Jebri.
So, congratulations again. Full recovery.
You. Right. Yes. No, it's been very. How is Soot? I haven't seen her in many a month. Has she been all right? This is romance,
I mean, I'm not here to judge anybody on who they choose as a partner. And, sometimes people are in long-term relationships or what seems like long-term relationships, and then they get out of it. And then all of a sudden they find their person, and then it all just comes together real quick, and they're just so happy. And, who am I to judge, right? I mean, also literally, they don't pay me to judge because that's not my job, right? But
Sure.
Right,
Yeah.
no,
No, I feel
right.
that.
but no, she seems just overjoyed. He seems great. He's been nothing but just the sweetest guy. Seems to be a great dad. And she couldn't be happier. You know, her parents are just, they're happy to have, you know, her back
Right.
and just
Mm.
everything. Everybody just seems like so in love and happy. And I just can't think of,
Good.
you know, I mean, to have this, you know, wedding and then it'll just, you know, they'll, I don't know where if they're gonna settle down here or what the plan is, but
Right.
everybody just seems so happy.
Good. That's so great to hear.
But like not in
Um,
a weird way happy, because I realize as I keep saying this as the dungeon master /
y-
Jebby, people are thinking this is a
yeah,
magically enchanted thing. No, it's not. It's just like
yeah.
people that are in love, you know?
Good. That's great. But I know, did traveling change her at all? Did she come back different in any way?
I mean, you know.
He's worried about his gift.
Right.
Oh.
It's a rock.
Oh, that's, she should be
It's
safe.
a gemstone, please.
It should be safe. I mean, it's Soot, right? I mean, she loves rocks.
Yeah, she loves him.
Right.
Right. She picked out
Yes.
all the rocks for the tables and, you know,
Did she? Did
yeah,
she?
I don't remember her being like a wielder of like a crossbow, but when she came home, she had a crossbow with her. It was kind of weird, but that was
Right.
something different.
Yes. Right, but I mean,
Um,
like mood or like her demeanor, her mindset, was that any different when she returned?
she just seemed generally happy to be home. And like sometimes she, you know, you see she was always kind of like out about and like going and doing things and out in the wilderness and stuff. She seemed to just be really happy to just enjoy. And her parents couldn't have been happier. She seemed to be happy just to hang around and be present at home, to just really seems to be enjoying, you know, the lifestyle that she was raised in, not looking for
Right.
anything more than what she's got, just living in the means that her parents provided for her and just loving life, you know?
Mm.
And I mean, it's
Mhm.
like,
It's actually really nice.
yeah, you know, it's kind of crazy, right? She obviously always, she grew up here. She was always having, you know, fun and running around and out in the woods and bringing home random animals and things like that. And that's all Soot being Soot, right? Like we still have, you know, the owlbear out back
Nice.
that,
Oh,
so, you know, all that stuff. But she just was like, you know what? I'm content to just be Soot Feldspar at home and enjoy
Yeah.
the trappings of this noble lifestyle.
Why wouldn't she be? How was Pekka with her?
You know, she would go and stop by every walk, but she's not really like super involved. I mean, there was that whole situation where he got into the house and that ruined the whole like dinner party
Yes.
scenario. So I just thought she was like,
Mhm.
you know, maybe I'm gonna like try to distance myself like a little bit from that, because you know
Mm.
that whole almost, you know,
Yes, he
could
was
have caused
quite
a big,
scared.
yeah, could have had a big problem. And then she like used fire to try to like stop it, and it made it freak
That
out.
was a silly thing.
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
I don't know why she thought that was a good call, but hey, and then like Bishop was a pot for like a little bit. That was crazy. Remember that when you were a
I
plant?
remember. Yeah, yeah. Hey, that was the weirdest 6 seconds of my life to that point, for
Yeah.
sure.
So like again, she came back without you guys. So I was just like, maybe it was just like, you know, she was like, yeah, I've maybe she was done with adventuring and just wanted to be, you know, I mean, an heiress is the wrong term, but like maybe, like,
Jebby. Jebby. Does that really sound like Soot? To just want to be an heiress? Did she
no,
ever
but
just want to bask in the wealth?
I don't know, man. People, travel changes people.
She had her
Look at you.
Rumspringer.
Look at you. You went
Yeah,
out.
he's
You went out,
sneaking
left
around.
let sneaking around at night. You left your noble family. You got a serious head injury, and then no one saw you for months. And now you're back. Look at you.
And that's so good.
So I mean, you know, sometimes things. She came with a group of people. She left. She came back without that group of people. I don't know.
Right. Yeah, well, here's a good question. Has she... b- has she played around with you at all with any of her old forms? Have you gotten back to your repertoire that you had before?
I mean, not particularly.
No.
I mean, I didn't ask, but she's just been happy and her parents have been over the moon to have her at home.
Yes,
And
I'm
here,
sure.
just like, she's always off running off and doing different things. And here she is now, just like at home, being in her parents' company, getting to like see the day to day and get to spend more time with them. 3 meals a day with mom and dad. They love it. They couldn't be more excited about it. And now they get to be part of a wedding and like I guess a step grandchild. I don't know if that's their thing, but either way, still like, everybody seems to be happy.
That's great. That's great.
I
would
mean,
hate for
yeah, right?
something to mess that up. But
That's a weird thing to
Jeffrey.
say.
That is such a weird thing to say. He's not all the way better yet. He's got like
Jeffrey,
intrusive thoughts, I think.
do you remember when Soot was younger?
You're gonna have to be a little more
Before
specific than that.
before she like really honed into the we should probably just take one form sort of thing.
Yeah.
Yes, and she would revert herself to sort of a very pale looking being.
I remember.
Yes. I have a something to tell you, and I'm so sorry. That isn't Soot.
What
The
do you mean?
person here is not Soot.
Okay.
That is a doppelganger who is pretending to be Soot.
Okay. You realize how this sounds, right?
I do. She's going to drop her form and go back to being Soot.
And he goes, ah!
I'm set.
Oh wait, I knew that.
Okay. Well, you realize
So-
too that like if I hate to say
Yeah,
it like
oh,
this,
I
but
understand.
if you were gonna do this and say like I'm,
Mhm.
this would be what you would do to
Mhm.
convince me, even if that wasn't her, that it is in fact not her, even if it is.
Mhm.
You realize
So
like
remember we were playing hide and seek that one time that you couldn't find me for hours, and it ended up that I was in the second wine cellar and I was actually just hiding under the things, and I thought the game was still going, and it turned out to be nighttime, and everyone kind of spent the night looking for me, and I kind of fell asleep down there, and everyone was really worried for like 12 hours.
yeah,
12 hours.
that's an
Yeah.
Auspicious amount
arbitrary
of time.
yeah, right?
Yes.
Uh
And there was another time where I reverted to my normal form, my pale form, and it scared some of the new workers in the kitchen, and that was the last time I ever reverted to the normal form, the pale form.
Jebri, you can't tell anybody.
great.
Why didn't you tell Stanley? Stanley's a G.
I know, but I didn't want to overwhelm everybody, and I trust Jebri the most, so
Okay.
we
Hey.
we were in a different realm of existence for 4 months apparently. It wasn't that long for us, but that's why nobody responded to the RSVPs, and that's where we've been and why she has taken over my position.
Okay. Oh. So
Bronson,
first
are
of
you
all,
still in the woods?
What?
Is Bronson? I've tried to whisper to Bronson so he can
he
come
goes,
out.
hang
Help
on,
corroborate it.
hang on.
Uh,
So, one, it sounds like if Stanley didn't take it on himself to invite you, you wouldn't even know. And this would have just happened without you being aware.
Yep.
So if he didn't, take matters into his own hands, you would come home to finding out that you were married and people had all these memories with you of the
Mhm.
wedding and all this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah. She didn't fucking touch my rock collection, did she?
No, just stayed in your room and seemed to
Oh my god. We have to burn the sheets. We have to burn the whole bed.
well
It's fine. Not the
uh,
biggest issue.
well so okay, this is a lot, but what I'm also going to say is, what do you want to do about it? Your life, your parents, your house, your title, right?
Yeah.
Nothing seems malicious.
Except for the fact that the person she's marrying is part of a thieves or assassination guild.
I mean,
So identity theft is a crime all by itself.
Yes.
I
well,
open
yeah.
up my book of laws. I'm like, look, right here. It's a felony.
okay. I mean, not for nothing, Soot was just impersonating Seneth. That's identity theft right there. You just showed me that.
Okay, that's
You're
my
I mean,
right.
if we're
biggest
gonna play
problem
this
right
game,
here.
I'm just saying. We've been over the fact that Soot's taken on multiple forms in her lifetime, and I guess so has this doppelganger. So it's your life. You do what you want to do with it and how you want to handle this. I don't know. I I've only known him for 4 months, but I haven't seen anything that makes me question his motives.
He helped kill Gable.
Okay. I mean, I don't know what
Jeffrey,
to do with that
I
either.
need
You
you
give
to
me a lot of
focus in.
information here.
I know. I'm sorry. And I'm so sorry that I have to have you to be the one to know all of this. But we've been through a lot in the last couple days for us, which has been 4 months for you guys. And I don't want to legally get married to this person who I don't know and have this other person who's not me take over my place in my home with my parents. It just feels wrong. So I would love to handle this situation without anybody getting hurt that I love.
And how do you propose that I, as the footman, help you on this one?
Man on the inside.
Okay. It's 2 days until the wedding.
Mhm.
What do you want me to do?
Okay.
I have no reason at this point to believe that you're not you, other than the fact that all of this is who's who, whatever's going on.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna believe that your memories are yours. Although I'll be honest, other you has seemingly a lot of knowledge about what happened in your life too. So just putting that out there.
Okay.
So
It's good to know.
Seems to know quite a bit about your history and your life.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna, but
How
I'm
did she
not.
find that out?
Yeah.
Can doppelgangers do that?
I'm a footman. What do you want from me?
Sorry.
Jeffrey,
No.
get yourself together. Jeffrey, do you know anything about doppelgangers?
No.
All right.
I know that Soot can change what she looks like. That's not a doppelganger, though. You're not a doppelganger, right? That's not a thing that you. I don't know.
No, I'm not a doppelganger.
Okay. No, dude. I work here, man. Like I've worked here my whole life. It's been like now things are.
1 week.
It's been a crazy 4 months apparently. I've just been dealing with
buddy.
liars.
I just saw 2 of my best friends die, and I wiped my ass in an orchard with peach leaves.
Jesus
All right,
Christ,
we're all
you're
having
here
a day.
too?
Yeah.
I'm
Gable's
smoking
here
a
also.
Witchlight 120. You just see the red ember show up.
And he's just
Can
like,
I have one?
Yes.
Oh.
and he's like, I don't. Okay, all right. They have a
Unlike
lot of
Headed.
your memories. They seem to know a lot about what happened to you in your life. They don't seem to have any malicious intent towards your family, which I think is a good thing. I think we can all
That's
agree.
great. Good news.
And you're
Mhm.
telling me that the person that fake you is marrying is bad. They don't seem that bad. Seem like a great dad, I'll tell you that much.
Good.
I don't know if it's worth. I don't. I'll be your man on the inside, whatever that means. I don't know
Okay.
where you're planning to stay. I don't know if you're planning to talk to them. I don't know. You could maybe do a real weird thing where you pretend to be you, but you are you, and then talk to your soon to be husband. And I don't know. Maybe that's a thing. Get some
Look,
information.
the plans
Good,
are
cool.
changing.
I like that plan.
Yes, things are happening. We need to figure it out, but I needed you to know so that we could move about in the house without being. It's a big house. I mean, but we also need, where is he staying?
He is in one. It's like one of the guest rooms.
Yeah, in the other wing.
Sure. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So, we're gonna come up with a plan. We're gonna meet back by the lake, and come up with a plan, and then let you know what's gonna go down. But first step, we cannot let this wedding happen.
Okay. Okay.
Because, even if they're not being malicious, they still can't pretend to be me and get married.
Okay. Sure. I don't. Okay. Whatever I can do to help. Just
Okay.
it's a lot. It's like 10 o'clock at night. I was going to bed.
I know. I'm so sorry. But who else do you think we can trust with this information in the house?
Well, I thought Stanley, but you sent him out of here.
Well,
Yeah, I
just
thought
wanted to
Stanley
make-
too.
So we can trust Stanley. I just want to overwhelm you guys, or I just wanted to talk to you because I trust you the most, Debris.
Okay. Well, I would say Stanley because you wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him.
Agreed.
That's true. Okay.
I don't know if you want to tell your parents because that could go over real weird.
Yes, I understand that. They're very sweet, but they don't quite understand all of the nuances of the world and doppelgangers and stuff.
Right. And then, I mean, who knows? Maybe you just talk to other you and be like, hey, gotcha. Jig's up. Get out.
Exactly.
And then
Yes.
maybe they're like, damn,
Ah,
you got me. And
all
they
right.
leave.
Yes.
Good
That
game
could be the
though.
case.
Good game.
Mm-hmm. Or they could try to kill me.
That's also true.
Mm-hmm.
Again, I don't know. Like I said, if they were trying to kill people, I imagine we'd hear rumors of like somebody didn't come to work today. And like, but
Right.
everything's
Or
been fine.
they're waiting to get married and then kill my parents and take all of their money.
I mean, maybe.
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
Yeah. Well, maybe.
Okay.
Wild.
Yes. So we'll tell Stanley.
Okay.
We'll reconvene with Gable.
Yeah.
And then we will come up with a plan, and I will let you know before the morning.
Okay.
Coolio, sis.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna go tell Stanley.
Okay.
He goes out the other door and shuts the door behind him.
Just hear, what? Okay, let's go to the lake.
Okay. I don't think that went as well as it could have.
No. I think I panicked.
Yeah, well,
Turns out I can still panic. That's great.
that's good. Yeah. Panic is good. That's dumb. No, panic's bad. Okay.
We
go.
don't need a wedding. We need group fucking therapy.
Dude,
Yeah, that's
so
step 2.
bad.
That
Step 1, don't get caught. Step 2, group therapy.
all right. So that you guys are heading down to where old Greg's at. We're gonna cut back to Gable as you slink your way.
Grable.
Old Grable.
Old Gable.
as old
hate
Grable
it
is
so much.
old Friar Grable
with his bald spot.
tiptoeing down the hallway, you'll get outside of Soot's parents' like chambers. You're there. What's your plan?
I would like to just make a perception check to like put my ear against
Yeah.
the door just to see if I can hear any conversation.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay, that's a 21.
Yeah, I mean, without going into too much of the specifics, they're just like chatting about, the specifics of the wedding and stuff like that, like logistics. They are they just seem overly happy. They're just like, our little girl's getting married, it's gonna be so much fun. We got to think about like, okay, so and so didn't show up, and they didn't get they RSVP no at the last cent. They were supposed to be here and now they're not. So all right, we got to figure out if we're gonna shuffle things around. And okay, looks like everything's set with like the band and the food's all good to go, blah blah blah. It's just all like, but it's just like they're over the moon happy that their little girl's home and getting married and gonna apparently stick around.
All right. Well, that rules that out. How close am I to the guest rooms?
This is a whole other wing, my dude.
Yeah. How much time do you think has passed in my invisibility?
Taking your time and being careful about this, probably at least a half an hour.
Okay. I would like to maximize my use of this and see if I can deduce which room Valen is staying in, because I'm guessing they're not staying in the same room.
No, of course not.
So inappropriate.
We'll say you could do that. Find the room that Valen's staying in. With it takes a little bit.
Okay.
Why?
Is the door closed?
Yeah.
I want to try and listen to see if I can hear him inside.
Okay.
Very telltale heart right now.
Mm-hmm.
That is a natural 20.
All right, yeah. You listen at the door, and you can hear Valen just like moving around, kind of ruffling um covers and stuff to get into bed, and he goes, "Yeah, buddy. I mean, it's gonna be a big day for all of us. I'm gonna be honest. I'm real nervous about it. I know it's been kind of quick, but I don't know. I think she just gets me, and I I'm just really excited, and I'm excited that you're here to be a part of it, and it's gonna be such a special day." And he's like, "Yeah, Dad, I can't wait. I'm so excited for it too. I'm definitely gonna be real good, and I'll be there." Well, and then he's super, excited about it. He's like, "Yeah, buddy, it's gonna be. Why don't we just get some sleep? We still have a couple days left to plan, so we'll make sure, we'll get that balance down." And he goes, "And I know it's a lot of pressure, you being my best man and everything, but like, do you think you can handle the speech?" And he's like, "No, Dad, I'm definitely gonna get it. It's gonna be great." And he's like, "All right, buddy. Well, let's get some rest." And you hear like the click. There's no click because there's no light clicks, but lights go out. You see the lights darken under the door, and then they both lay down. Yeah, I am making this easy for you at all, fucker. So,
Homeboy did get catfished.
Telepathically.
Do an insight check. Do an insight check.
she just really completes me, Other half of my soul.
That kid is Reese.
The kid is
Obviously.
I know
Telepathically.
that, baby.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to communicate with Gidget.
Okay.
It's so light.
Telepathically, I'll say, "Oh, you still do that even telepathically."
Right.
I want you to fly and see if you can spot the others.
With relative ease, because you'll see like Gidget will see the embers of the cigarettes and the smoke as they're walking towards the pond.
So covert.
I am going to really fight the urge.
I'm gonna say you're probably here at this point. You're at about the 50-minute mark.
He'll be back. He might even be here. He's just being silly and invisible.
Yeah.
My hand is on the handle of the fell blade,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to grip it tightly as I step away and
Okay.
make for an exit.
All right, you do. You are able to regroup down that old grouper, old Greg.
Oh, Greg.
As I'm approaching, I'll drop the invisibility. Well, it turns out he might have actually been cat.
Oh.
Fuck. Hi, Bronson. Pleasure to see you.
It's not me. I'm Sinneth. I'm in disguise.
Right. Seneth, was it?
Yep, that's me.
Bronson, he doesn't know who Seneth is.
Hmm.
It is Seneth, though.
He was a bitch.
Damn. Catching
I'm so
strays. He's
wrong.
not even in the chat.
He was a bitch.
Okay.
Welcome back. What are you wearing? What is this?
Oh, I brought you one too. I throw him a friar tuck
friar
robe of
robes.
Shantae.
I don't understand. Why would I wear this?
Look, okay, Jebri knows that that
Is
the
that a
Soot is the thing.
hairpiece?
Shh,
Is that
listen.
is
What
that
are
a
you talking about?
hairpiece? What are you wearing a hairpiece for? That's gonna.
What are you
It's
referring to? I'm not wearing anything. What? My hair's fine. I may have styled it recently, but
his
it's
hair's
I'm-
fine.
I'm standing
It's like a dead
behind
worm
Gable,
that's laying
looking
up
at
there. It's not
Bronson.
even it's like a shade off. Somebody's got to tell him. Okay, we're all about we're all about honesty, right? And this is group 2.0. We're trying to. I'm sorry.
Gable, it looks bad, okay?
You got your brain sucked and it made a bald spot in the back.
I didn't get my brain sucked. I was fine.
Oh my God, that meow!
Simon, what a chime in, a perfect timing. Right as his face goes to like
Oh, incredible!
Clip that,
Clip
chat.
that, please.
Gable, cat pattern baldness is just a thing that just happens sometimes.
Hmm.
Hats are an
Mhm.
option.
I use alter self to grow my hair back.
Creepy.
How how long?
lean over to
were-
Bishop. We know it's not there. I can't unsee it.
Mm-hmm.
if this weren't immediately tied with the security of our friend's family connections and my revenge, I would have comments and questions for all of you, but until then, it seems my former associate is bought in. Hook, line, and sinker. He, the poor fellow, was lured into this somehow, the fool that he is.
Do we think that's just a coincidence?
Yes. Also, I don't particularly care.
there's a couple ways we can approach this. We have to make sure that this wedding doesn't happen, okay?
Of
We
course.
can play the long con and make chaos, or we can play the direct game and tell her that the jig is up and make her leave. Then I break his heart and tell him that I never loved him and make him go away so that you can do whatever you need to do with him, Gable.
I have one minor request. And it also presents a complication. The boy,
Yeah.
he should not see what comes next.
I hate to tell you all this, but if Fake Soot's got Valen in her gorilla grip, he's not going anywhere. What, it was like a month?
4 months we were gone.
4 months? He ain't
Hmm.
leaving.
Well, don't worry, I can make it convincing.
More importantly, who the hell is Fake Soot?
So remember when we were in the mines and there was a doppelganger that was pretending to be one of the dwarves?
That son of a bitch!
Yep. So,
That fucking weirdo.
yeah. I mean, I get it, like lavish lifestyle and marrying into money. I don't know why she picked him personally, but I think that we need to come up with a solid plan and then execute it. I don't think, I mean, like, I hate to say it, but I don't think that she should live because she could do this again. That's just my 2 cents.
There's a couple avenues we could take. If we were direct, we could find a way of luring them out somehow.
We force him to change. This is how we solve this.
Yeah, we can definitely do that.
We publicly force the change. It's the
At
only
the
way you get out
wedding?
of this.
No, we should not do it at the wedding.
Oh, okay. Sorry, that was
We
dramatic.
shouldn't let it get that far.
We got 2 days now, and they're not going to do it themselves, so we need to take matters into our own hands.
Mm-hmm.
So I know you have the ability to do this, and I know this is probably against anything internally you would ever do to anyone else, force them into their true form.
No, fuck
But
her.
But I think you have every right.
Mm.
Yeah.
And you know what? If they want to live happily ever after as whatever a doppelganger believes its true form is, then so be it. I'm not here, not as you.
I have an
Seems
idea.
like, yeah. God, it's
We want
nice
to do
be
this.
back.
We want to do this before the wedding. We need to present some sort of complication. Something that both the bride and groom would need to observe, and perhaps the parents of the bride, and even some of the help around the home. Present something potentially catastrophic. Destroy the wedding cake, and they need to put out for a
Wedding
new.
cake. Wedding cake. You're
Mhm.
dead on. I bet
Yes.
they haven't tasted the menu yet.
Exactly. Lure them and their wedding party in, and then
Ouch. We
reveal.
should do it outside because the only way to do it is a moonbeam and inside would be very bad.
Correct.
Moon's honing.
I mean, I don't believe they're doing the ceremony and reception inside your home. They would
No,
use this.
again, we should
beautiful
do
land.
it before everyone
No,
arrives.
right.
for
What
the
I'm
ceremony.
implying is that we lure them out to taste test the menu outside at one of the tables. You know, it's a beautiful afternoon, hopefully tomorrow. It presents an opportunity. You cast your spell, reveal her identity, and at some point in the ensuing chaos and confusion, I kill Valen.
Perhaps we make it so that he leaves before you do that. I don't think it'd be a good idea to kill him in front of my family.
If that is the case, then we need to find a way to remove the boy from the field.
Right. Step 1, step 2. Step
right.
1, we have them outside for the taste test. Perhaps I return as Seneth to greet my very old friend, and when things start not adding up, boom, moonbeam. And then boom, I reveal myself. Or not. Maybe it doesn't make sense for me to reveal myself.
Well, you already revealed yourself.
Well, I did to two of them, but
Yeah, Jeffrey and Stanley aren't going to be able to keep that a secret. I think tomorrow we go, we confront them, and then we moonbeam both of you at the same time.
so I turn into a devil?
You turn into the form that they know you as.
I don't think my parents know that that's my true form.
They must have seen it at some point. They told you not to do it.
I guess that's fair. But the
And-
horns?
They're your parents. They shouldn't care. And if they do, then that's the problem.
Okay.
I did order the rest of the orchard workers to pick the ripest peaches to make some peach creme brulee cobbler.
I'm so glad you're
Bronson,
here.
I've missed you very dearly. Please don't ever leave like that again.
Do you have food? No.
Does a bear Bronson shit in the woods? Of course
I
I,
could
have
s-
food.
Okay, what do you got?
Well, I've been in the orchard for a minute, so
Oh,
I was
I'm
making
really
myself.
not that hungry. I don't think I could eat.
When you say bear Bronson, do you mean a bear version of Bronson, or do you mean a bear version of Bronson?
Pare?
I look back and I say both.
Mm.
Yes.
Points for Bronson.
How you say yes?
Gable liked that.
I swung through the vineyard first, and I made fresh peanut butter and jellies. I made some grape jelly preserves on the way through because I was nervous.
I eat one.
Make
They're
a
cut in
Constitution saving
uncrustable
throw.
squares.
Oh. All right, a con save. The most important roll of the campaign so far. 24.
All right, you succeed.
I cry. I cry as I eat it.
Oh.
We eat fresh Encrustables.
Uh-huh.
Incrustables.
All
If
right.
I may,
It's all crust, and it's so good.
if I may, Bishop,
Mm.
if you directly confront them, if you. This is not to put down the connection that Soot may have with her parents or her family or those who have been a part of her estate for so long. If you directly confront, if you rely on the emotions tied to that, there's a chance that they could still not believe us.
Well, if you confront someone with the truth and they choose to ignore it, then that's on them.
My point is, confront them with the truth, but only just so. Think of it this way: if Soot remains as Seneth, if you are also there for whatever reason, actually, no, the doppelganger will know you.
Yes.
If
I
Soot
pretend to be a
as-
jilted lover. No.
That
We
would
save the world and we can't save it. Winning.
Can't even
we
ruin
can
bring up the wedding
manipulate.
stuff.
We can manipulate the confusion. Manipulate the
Yeah.
confusion. You show up as the jilted lover, wondering what has happened. Why are you suddenly getting married to this buffoon? Cause chaos. In the ensuing chaos, Soot as Seneth can imply, well, I have my suspicions about Soot myself. When last I spoke with her, she was quite cold or said something mean. Blah 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 blah. That introduces the concept of the moonbeam. Moonbeam is then cast. Her true form is revealed to be a doppelganger. The family is in an uproar. Keep the secret that you are not Seneth. Keep your identity secret. Because if you show up again, then once again the question is which one could be real, which one is this another doppelganger, that sort of thing. I'm trying to alleviate as much of the confusion with that reveal as possible. Does that make sense? Am I making sense?
You
Kinda.
are.
Leave it with one reveal at the moment. Then, after the ensuing chaos, after Valen departs with his son, or in whatever way he needs to, then we can then explain the situation to her parents, reveal that Soot is here, is safe, and then explain it at that point. If you do two reveals at the same time, you're throwing everything into chaos too quickly, and there's too many things to consider, one of which is the confusion and emotions of people who don't know which one is which. If both individuals can shapeshift, and if both can be revealed in a moonbeam, it doesn't solve the problem.
I know this is far-fetched, but what if Sineth's bitch ass actually shows up?
Oh, that's not gonna happen.
True.
Don't tempt me. I'll call him. It's been a surprise reveal. I'll see who else I can pull in. I'll get Josiah to show up too. We'll really screw the whole thing up.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah, listen, I
Okay.
could have pulled my ultimate thing that I didn't do, but I prefaced it 30-something episodes ago. And really, you guys are all being held in mind flare pods and you don't even know it. This has all just been your dream and you've been stuck there till somebody comes and rescues you.
Thank you.
fucked up dream.
Thank you for that existential nightmare.
I don't fit. I know better. I don't fit in those tiny little mind flare pods. My gut pressed up against it.
It's a double wide. It's a
Can't
double
close
wide
it.
pod.
We can't. He's
close
too
it.
big.
Oh my! We need Danny DeVito in the first scene instead of Shadowheart in
Uh-huh.
the pod. Get me out of here!
Okay, so the plan is to do a tasting tomorrow where Seneth will,
They won't know Seneth.
yeah. Well, unless doppelgangers have a way of knowing things, there's a lot of books here we might be able to research before this.
Good point.
I think we should research a little bit about doppelgangers first, and then
That's a good plan.
Yes.
All right.
Because how does she know so much about me already? To just be able to step into my shoes.
Your diary is in your room.
Oh my god, my diary's my fucking room.
Oh. Well, there goes that. All right.
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
Oh god. Oh, there's so many embarrassing things in there.
Doppelganger
What if I
knows
show
your
up as...
safe word.
You guys all know my safe word.
I don't know your
What?
safe word. Why would I know
What?
your
Oh,
safe word?
I thought we talked about it. It's fine. Never mind. That's not... We don't... So, tomorrow...
Bishop
yeah.
Francis.
What? I jump in the lake.
I'm old Greg.
I get out of the lake. I get out of the lake. Oh, God.
I'm old Gable.
I'm old Gable.
Now there's two of them.
We have the beginnings of a plan.
Yes, we do.
Did you guys?
We need to research doppelgangers, and then we need to, well, we also need to then get a tasting going for tomorrow.
Yeah.
And then we will reveal the doppelganger in one way or another.
I have an
What?
idea.
Another one.
Yes. Tilverton. He might be a good resource to pull in. Perhaps he might have some information on doppelgangers. Or
I don't know,
not.
he's
Maybe
smart.
that's a stretch.
There's so many books here. I think we could find one on doppelgangers.
That's entirely true.
And then later tomorrow, we go back to town and we revive Droop.
What?
Well, we gotta bring him back.
I can only reincarnate.
Whatever. If he died where I died,
Oh.
Yes.
Oh, you're right. Okay.
Yes. We have time.
well,
We
we
should do
better
that.
do it soon.
Yes.
Tomorrow. Or tonight.
Well, I can't do that again tonight. I can't.
Okay,
travel
so
tonight. I can
tomorrow.
only do that
Tomorrow.
once. Well, but we can't come back.
We can't come back here again? I mean,
Well,
tomorrow after. We'll do
okay.
it. We'll do a morning testing. Everybody likes cake for breakfast.
Okay. We're gonna sleep here, is what we're gonna do. But I'm
In the
gonna
woods?
go back
Good.
and I'm gonna go back and tell Jebri what the plan is for tomorrow, and then to get the tasting ready and to get everybody outside, and then we'll handle the rest.
All right.
Good.
I turn into a dog and I run across the yard.
Mm.
I go up,
Oh,
I go
shit.
inside, and I tell Jebri what the plan is for tomorrow. Get everyone outside for a tasting.
All right.
And I'm gonna ask him if he can, if he knows if there's any books on doppelgangers in the library.
He doesn't know that immediately because
Okay.
why would he?
Yeah, why would he? That's fine.
And yeah, he's like, all right, I'll have to convince both of them that they need to do a tasting in the morning and try to make it seem like it was their idea, that they thought it was a good idea, I guess.
I mean, it can be midday. That's okay.
I mean, I'll try.
I believe in you. Thanks, Jebby.
Yeah.
Peach creme brulee cobbler.
I'm hearing peach creme brulee cobbler.
Yeah. Okay. I'll be right back. And he will go get peach creme brulee
Oh.
cobbler and bring like to-go plates, 4 of them
Thank
for
you.
you.
Okay.
Just is so
Um,
fucking weird.
I know. Well, to be fair, it's super weird for me too.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway. Good night.
Good night. I turn back into a dog and I carry the doggy back, back to everybody.
What kind
Drop
of
it
dog
down.
does Soot turn into when you turn into a dog?
This time it's gonna be a Irish wolfhound.
Oh, big
Oh,
boy.
So a big old
what?
scruffy boy.
Yeah.
That is
They're
very
fast.
stately.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
Are we at Skyfall?
This is the end.
All right. We have concepts of a plan and peach creme brulee cobbler.
God, it
We
sounds
have-
really good, though.
We have a,
It's so good.
a PTSD bishop requesting Droop be saved so he's not being
Mhm.
held at the same fate. Possibly a wedding to interrupt that won't be at the wedding. Totally, definitely not at the wedding.
That'd be so dramatic, though.
A doppelganger to possibly humiliate or kick out, and then maybe a murder of a dad in front of his child. We don't know what's going on with that. So a lot to happen. And guess what? We're not playing next week because Robert and I are at PAX East. So
Yeah.
Dun,
uh,
dun, dun.
we got a whole extra week to stew on this. So
Yep. Who's
Um,
Stu?
All right.
I was
well,
so ready to be the first person to do the outro too.
yeah. Well, too bad. Robert, what's going on? Let's get that outro going.
Get rich, gotcha.
You son of a bitch.
You can find Captain Robert where all Captain Robert things are sold. He's probably playing D&D with Ted and other people.
Fair enough. LB.
I'm LB Hackham. You can find me at LB Hackham up on Instagram and on Blue Sky. You can find me at Hack Recklessly on YouTube and on Twitch. Next time we're going to be live is on Friday. We're going to be finishing up Split Fiction this week, which is very exciting. And then on Sunday, we're going to be playing Monster Con, which is the latest entry in the Monster Prom franchise. We're going to try and romance some monsters. I'm very excited for that. If you didn't catch our Fallout game, all of the VODs are on YouTube. I'm very proud of that. You can catch some people who are on this show as voices in that because we did some holotape recordings, which was very, very fun. So, yes, please check that out. And that's me.
All right, Jake.
Hey, Internet, you can check me out on my podcast, Legends Rerolled, where we are working our way through Season 2, Malice in Wonderland, where we replay through classic stories. It's a lot of fun. Check it out.
All right, Cujo.
Hi, everybody. I'm Cujo of Crit Hit Chronicles. You can find me all over the internet as either Cujo Plays Games for personal stuff or Crit Hit Chronicles for TTRPG stuff. This week, I am going to be on vacation, so the Thursday and Friday night streams are not going to be featured. However, I believe on Friday, our wonderful, wonderful cast member, Crit Bard, might be running a special little one-shot over on their channel. So go and support them. We love them very dearly. Yeah, just look at my socials for upcoming things. As far as I know, all shows are resuming next week. So hopefully I'll see you there.
All right, I'm Ted. This is my channel. I got all sorts of videos coming out. We dropped a video today, almost 2 hours long, covering the Sage Advice Compendium, which I'm hearing about an hour after making my video. They updated it again. Was it because of the things I called out in that video? I can't be sure, but it's possible. Yeah, I have a video coming out probably tomorrow morning. That'll be a quick interview with friend of the channel, Matthew Lillard, talking about season 2 of Quests and Whiskey. I will be at PAX East with Robert and many more of our friends come next week. So if you see us, come say hi. At least one day I'll be wearing this hat, so you'll be able to find me pretty easily as I walk around the con. And yeah, keep an eye on my socials because I've been doing a lot of Baldur's Gate 3 streams, playing through this brand new playthrough full of mods and craziness. And only one time we had a crash that reset my progress a little bit, and that was okay because it all worked out in the end. So anyway, thank you all so much for watching. Again, as a reminder, we will not be here next week. So we will see you in 2 weeks' time. And until then, well, thank you all so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Mind Flare, goodbye.
Mind
Too
Flayer
soon.
Bald Spot.